Well, the holidays have begun, and welcome to Real American Freestyle 4. You're looking at the outside of the Fishers Event Center here in Fishers, Indiana. Well, guess what? That is just the wrapping. The gift is inside, and the mat that is on the floor here, the best wrestlers in the world will step on it and try to live their dream of being world champions. That is everything on the line tonight. Three wise men made this gift possible. Let's see what they have to say.
And Merry Christmas. I'm Eric Bischoff along with Chad Broadstein and Izzy Martinez. Guys, there's a lot of gifts under the RAF04 Christmas tree. What are you looking forward to the most tonight?
There's a lot of matches here tonight. It's an incredible that we're here at RAF04. I'm really excited to see the matchup between Yoel Romero and Pat Downey tonight. Izzy, who's your match that you're most excited to see?
You know, I'm a wrestling fan, so I'm excited to see all of them. Fishers, Indiana, how we doing tonight? You know, I know there's a deep wrestling tradition in Indiana, and I couldn't be more proud, along with my team, to bring some of the best wrestlers in the world to your backyard. Let's give it up for everybody in the house tonight.
Have a great time tonight. Welcome to our party.
From the ashes, I will rise. No satisfaction without the fight. A man has limits, oh, so they say. But I never listened, did it my way. I'm gonna take what's mine, I paid my dues. I dare you to walk a mile in these shoes. The beat in my soul just keeps getting louder. Give me some of that power. Give me some of that power. I wanna feel it in my blood, feel it in my veins, show you that I can't be tamed. Give me some of that power.
Welcome inside the Fishers Event Center. The energy's so electric here, you can throw it over your head for 4 points, which is what every athlete here is looking to do here at Real American Freestyle 4. It is appropriate that this is the fourth Real American Freestyle. Why? There are 4 titles on the line. Every fighter wants it. Let's start out with the ladies. Kennedy Blades versus Alara Boyd. Blades, of course, the Olympic silver medalist. Alara Boyd, a 5-time All-American, looking to set her mark tonight all the way at the moon. Evan Wick versus Dean Hamiti. Evan Wick, the middleweight champion. The hunter becomes the hunted. Dean Hamiti, a national champion at Oklahoma State, but can he do it where the lights are brightest here at RAF? That is the question. I am Jimmy Smith, Matt's side, but I gotta tell you, it wouldn't be Real American Freestyle without a couple of real American gangsters have next to me right now. And the biggest question mark here might be the interim light heavyweight title. Why? When you look at the years put in, when you look at what Pat Downey can bring, it is absolutely incredible. But Yoel Romero, absolutely at the top of his game 25 or so years ago. So many question marks with this one, Juliana.
Yes, absolutely. And I know that Pat Downey is looking forward to this opportunity. He said, I was in diapers when Yoel Romero was winning gold medals. He said, let your idols become your rivals. And I know that he is winning high off of that last match that he had last month for our Thanksgiving show against Joaquin Buckley.
Pat Downey is a legitimate tough guy. He's the kind of guy that hopes you bump into him in an alley. But Yoel Romero's fought for championships. Pat Downey admires Yoel Romero. I'm most interested from a mental standpoint. Can Pat Downey get over the fact that he's taking on somebody he used to idolize?
Well, talk about idols and worship. None of that with our heavyweight title fight. Juliana, you and I like our hot cocoa, a little bit of spice on it, right? A little bit of heat. There was some heat at the press conference between Hendrickson and Parris about this matchup, Chael.
Oh, guys, so we have the Olympic Games every 4 years. In between the Olympics, we have the same process. It's called the World Championships. Mason is our defending Olympian. Wyatt is our defending world team member. You can't have two number one ranked guys. It doesn't work. And after tonight, we won't.
These are not your grandpa's heavyweights. These guys are agile. They're speedy. They move like middleweights. Their feet are fast. And I am excited because, like you said, Jimmy, these guys were chirping at each other. And I know that Wyatt Hendrikson is looking forward to keeping his belt.
And all we need now is that opening whistle. Jazz Securo, take it away as the MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fishers Event Center in Fishers, Indiana. Tonight, we are live, and we are so excited to have everyone in the building. And we'd also like to welcome all the best wrestling fans streaming live from all across the world on Fox Nation. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the Mecca, Olympians, champions, the best in the world converge right here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to RAF 04. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise if you're able and remove your caps and honor the national anthem with Miss Alexis Wilkins.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free? In the home of the brave. Thank you. God bless y'all. God bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time is now, the place is here, the stage is set. Are you ready for real American Freestyle?
For this first matchup, I gotta say, I thought I was looking at the wrong Andy Varela versus Jason Nolf. Why? Andy Varela, outstanding jiu-jitsu, phenomenal, great guard, but does he have the wrestling to even compete with Jason Nolf, three-time NCAA champion, also two-time gold medalist at U.S. Open Championships? As long as Varela sticks to the rules, it should be a Jason Nolf kind of match, but you never know. A lot of X factors in this one. Jazz, bring him on out.
Ladies and gentlemen, our first match takes place in the RAF middleweight division. Please welcome PGF champion, grappling and jiu-jitsu powerhouse from Las Vegas, Nevada. Here is Andy Varela.
Chael, I'm just letting you know, I'm ready to call jiu-jitsu when I have to. We've all been there. We've all been there. We can call it if we have to. We'll see what happens.
I'm thinking the same thing. As long as Varela follows the rules, the question is this young man going to go off script? Because he's a very dangerous person.
A bad man.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, Olympic trials finalist, 3-time NCAA national champion from Round Rock, Texas. Give it up for Jason Nolf.
Is this Scott Hall, Juliana? Are we in the WWE right now, coming in through the stands? WCW?
I don't know. I have no idea, but this is an entrance unlike anything that we've ever seen. Jason Nolf coming up from the Raptors. I love it.
Do you know how hard Jason Nolf's life has been? I mean, truly, we celebrate these wrestlers. Right. Do you know the sacrifice he went through? If he can have a little bit of fun on his way to the mat, I'm all for it.
Gets you close to the fans, and they are screaming right now for Jason Nolf. We're underway, match number 1.
Andy Varela had mentioned that he had to have Jason go down and take him to the basement of the hotel so that he could teach him the rules.
Had to show him the rules.
He promised he would behave, though.
Guys, I have been in practice where MMA, wrestling, where you have the new guy that you're clearly better than, but he doesn't react the way he's supposed to. He reacts like a new guy. That's a little of what Nolf is feeling right now. Nolf's made some pretty good shots here. Varela's not doing what Nolf's used to a wrestler doing.
And Andy shoots in. He gets snapped down. Both gentlemen looking to get past the hands, and he gets past the hips.
High crotch to the finish. Boom!
This is a rematch. I know Jason Nolf wants his revenge. They had a jiu-jitsu competition, and Jason Nolf was not successful in that, but he wanted to bring him into his world. And Andy said, you know what? I'm going to take on the challenge. I think wrestling is so dominant, and I want to challenge myself with the best. So it takes a lot of cojones to be able to come into something that is completely unfamiliar to your world and test yourself against the best wrestlers in the world like Jason Nolf.
He's starting out, Chael, the 4-point throw. Beautiful job. Feet to the back.
He wanted a fall out of that, guys. He was trying to get a touch fall. Jason Nolf's going to have a little fun here. Varela's in a stance. He's moving. Varela's not certain of how to engage. Do I grab the wrist? Do I grab the head? Do I wait for him? I can kind of see the math that Varela's doing right now. And I don't blame him for being lost. This is a 3-10
Beautiful duck under.
He could snatch him right here and go for another 4. He's on his feet. Nolf could snatch him.
Yeah, 10 points is a tech fall. Looking for the gut wrench now.
I don't know how bad he's looking for that gut wrench. I think Nolf wants, he wants that big throw. I think he and Kennedy Blades might have a little backroom agreement.
Who's going to get the suplex?
Nolf right now feeling it, cutting beautiful angles right now. That's what he is known for.
Andy trying to go for that front headlock.
Nolf, to remind you, is the one that stopped Jordan Burroughs' Olympic pursuit in the most recent games. Nolf has been on the mat with everybody.
Yeah, he's one of the most dominant wrestlers in NCAA history.
And just unbelievably relentless. You see, a snap down didn't go behind. I think both of you are right. He wants the big throw to finish this one.
We are seeing a second round because Jason Nolf wants a second round. And frankly, that makes me a little curious. Is there some bad blood here?
It makes me happy.
Right, he was looking for a fall right there. He was looking to touch fall it.
Touch fall, both shoulders land from a throw like that, and it is over. Beautiful duck under. But Julian, no attempt at a turn at all. Just cut him loose.
He did, and they only got about 10 seconds to work some action. If they don't get it, the referee's going to stand them right back up to their feet, and that's what he did. So if I'm Andy and I'm in his corner, I'm telling him, listen, do not let this guy shoot on you. Your hips got to be ready.
12th wrestler with a 4-point scoring move so far at Real American Freestyle. Look at that. Beautiful single right to his back. That should be it.
4. That was a 4-point single leg. You do not see those. Right call by the referee. That was a foot to back. That was Varela going into jiu-jitsu mode. He went to his back, but if you make that mistake, it's 4, and we have a technical fall.
Start of period two. Jason Nolf getting it done with emphasis.
Low
There
single.
it is. Wow.
Nicely done by Jason Nolf. Feet to back. That's a 4-point single leg. That's amazing.
You saw Varela think about maybe I can go underneath and sweep. That's not the competition you're in tonight.
It's really hard not to just go back to your natural habitat of what, you know, your bread and butter of what you know. So now that Andy Varela got a taste, maybe he'll come back and be able to do it again and improve.
Well, looking dominant. Jason Nolf, Jazz, let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match is over. 1 minute, 51 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by technical fall, Jason Nolf!
Chael Sonnen is with your winner now.
Jason Nolf, I know your secret. We only saw a second round because you wanted a second round. What were you looking for? I think you were looking for a suplex.
I wanted definitely to hit a lot of exciting moves for you guys. But also, I just taught Andy the rules on Wednesday. So we're in parterre, I'm like, go flat, and then he went flat. So yeah, I just wanted to spend the whole match on my feet, and I didn't want it really to end like that, but I was felt super great out here, and it was a lot of fun.
Jason, later tonight we're going to see Evan Wick, a common opponent. Where do you stand on a future rematch with Evan Wick?
I don't know, man. I like wrestling exciting matches. I like wrestling a lot of guys I've never wrestled before, so I got a couple guys in mind, and then down the road, probably go chase that belt again. But just huge shout out to Andy. You know, there's basically no one. There's only been 1 or 2 jiu-jitsu guys that have ever wrestled. So for him to lace up the shoes, let's give him a round of applause. He didn't have to do that.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Jason Nolf.
Giving him
1
his
second.
respect. Oh.
I do have a call out though. There's been this guy that's been talking about wanting to wrestle. You know, you got all the MMA guys coming over. I'd love to wrestle Arman Saryukin, so bring him out. Bring him out.
I will talk to Chad and Izzy. We might be able to make that happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Saryukin versus Nolf. What do you think?
Eastern European grapplers, you know they know their takedowns, Juliana, but great stuff. So
and Armin's actually just coming off of a big win himself. I saw his dad jumping on the mat, rolling over and doing the roll-throughs. He was so excited for his son. I actually think that that's a great call-out, and, you know, we could actually see that happen.
Makes sense. It makes perfect sense, but another UFC veteran, a former champion,
Ladies and gentlemen,
stepping on the mat
who
tonight.
wants an RAF t-shirt?
Bilal Muhammad. He has stepped up. He's responded to the call out from David Carr. David Carr is a catch weight match. David Carr, unbelievably experienced on the mat. Both these guys know what is at stake. And that's something interesting to say about one another.
I'm ready to defend my belt. I know what he brings. I know what I bring. I bring a wealth of experience. I bring energy. I bring an entertainment value. And I'm confident I'm going to get it done. You know, he's not going to ever touch this belt. My dad is Nate Carr. You know, he's one of the best in the sport. He's Olympic medalist, 3-time national champ, Pan Am's. It'd take me probably 3 minutes just to list all of his accomplishments. To have that guy in my corner gives me a lot of confidence. So I'm going to go out there and do my best and do great. Bilal Muhammad, you want this title? Well, you're not getting it. I've been training hard. I'm coming after you tonight.
I reached the highest pinnacle in the UFC. I got the UFC title. Now I want to dominate the RAF world and get the RAF title. Training for David Carr was a different training camp, right? I'm used to throwing punches, throwing kicks. For me now, specifically wrestling, and then putting the shoes on, lacing up the boots, watching him, seeing how fast he is. He's a national champ. He's a world champion. So I didn't cut no corners with this one. I'm ready for him tonight, and I can't wait to show the world how good I am.
What do you do when things get tough? You don't give up. You stand your ground. If you've been diagnosed with metastatic PSMA-positive prostate cancer, had hormone therapy, and can delay chemotherapy, ask your doctor about Pluvicto. Pluvicto is not chemotherapy. It's a different treatment that targets PSMA-positive cells. Pluvicto can be used before chemotherapy for some people. Pluvicto involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm. Drink plenty of fluids, urinate often, use contraception, and talk to your doctor about ways to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment. Pluvicto can cause low levels of blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding or bruising more easily, an infection, or changes in urination. Side effects include decreased blood cell counts, tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, joint or back pain, and constipation. Ask your doctor about Pluvicto, because every day without cancer progression is a victory.
This is Monument Circle in Indy. They have been fantastic here. Fans in the lobby of the hotel talking about wrestling. We're looking around. A ton of kids who want to be on this mat in 10 years. Great wrestling country. Well, I got a question for you. All right, fans, you think you know how tonight ends. It's time to put your fight IQ to the test. You can now make your picks on each RAF matchup thanks to our official gaming partner, NXT Bets. It's live now on Underdog Fantasy. Head to nxtbets.com/playraf or scan the QR code on screen to sign up and lock in your picks. Must be 18 or over where legal, and always play responsibly. Speaking of, this would be a tough one to bet on coming up. Trent Hidlay taking on Jacob Cardenas. Why is it so tough? Jacob Cardenas, you see it, 2025 Big Ten champion, a three-time All-American in Cornell in Michigan. Trent Hidlay, though, just coming off the greatest year of his career, a gold medal at the World Championships, four-time NCAA All-American. What is the X factor here? Jacob Cardenas against Bo Nickel in the inaugural RAF. He was disappointed in that performance. Tonight, to him, is all about showing the real American freestyle fans that he is a factor in this division. Explosive, technical, strong, big for the weight class, and he knows the challenge that is in front of him tonight. I asked him at the press conference, are you changing your style for this after the loss to Bo Nickel because you were so close in that match? He said, no, I'm doing the same thing every time. The difference, though, he is more motivated, looking for the comeback, in his own words.
My name is Jacob Cardenas, former collegiate wrestler, All-American 3 times, and wrestled overseas at the U23 Championship, 3-time medalist there as well. I've been wrestling since maybe I was like 7, 8 years old. I started in 2nd grade. Yeah, I grew up in Jersey with my mom and dad until I went to college. They've been supportive all along. My dad has taken me to tournaments my entire life. I'm grateful for my parents. Wrestling, it's brought me all over the world, and my love for wrestling just stems from it's an equal opportunity sport where anybody can join and anybody can be good at it, and anybody can succeed, if you put the work and time and dedication in. So, that's something I really take pride in. My wrestling style is, I like to say, more from space, a lot of explosiveness and athleticism, kind of finding my openings and attacking when I can capitalize. I'm wrestling Trent Hidlay. He's fresh off the World Championships with a gold medal. He's a real tough opponent, really strong, really fast-paced, nothing I can't handle. Going out there, looking to attack, looking to stay calm, set the pace for the match, bring a lot of athleticism, maybe a little bit of length, explosiveness, and it should be a good match. The belt just means you're the best in the world. This is real American freestyle. This really is, the best wrestlers in the world. Besides the World Championship, this is my opportunity to showcase to the world that I'm the best. I guess not so serious answer, it just looks cool. It's you're the champ. I just want the belt.
Wrestlers are some of the most dangerous animals on the planet. How do you make an animal more dangerous? Put it into a corner with only one way out. Trent Hidlay to Jacob Cardenas is his only way forward. Jazz, get it started.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move to the RAF Light Heavyweight Division. Let's bring them out. Please welcome Big Ten champion, 3-time NCAA All-American from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Here is Jacob J.C. Cardenas.
Juliana, he said he looked at the Bo Nickel match and he cried.
It was a close match, Jimmy. Yes. It was 6-4, and he lost in the last couple of seconds there. It was super, super tough on him. And Chael, you ran into him in the elevator, did you not?
He was devastated. This is after the Bo Nickel loss. He was devastated. This is the Big Ten champion. This is the man that plans to win the Olympic gold medal in Los Angeles in 2028, and he came up short against Nickel, and there was about 13 seconds left when he gave up the point. That was the mistake that was eating away at him. He swears to not make that error tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, 2025 Senior World Champion, 5-time NCAA All-American Wrestling out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Here is Trent Hidlay.
Trent Hidlay in the finals of that World Championships, Chael, was down at one point 10-2, 8 points, one more takedown, and it's over. He scored 11 unanswered points. That's grit.
I thought he was the outstanding wrestler. He was definitely the toughest, grittiest, and meanest wrestler in the entire World Championships. But guys, I'll remind you, it is very common after coming off such a celebration to have a down night. Can Hidlay perform right now?
I see Kevin Jackson, Olympic gold medalist, in the corner of Jacob Cardenas. Doesn't get much better than that when it comes to coaching. Now we are underway, period number 1. Now, Chael, one thing about the style, and the reason I ask is Cardenas is so picky. He doesn't overwhelm you with volume. He waits for that perfect opportunity. He explodes very, very well, but that's not a style built to come back, especially against a guy who can put a lot of points on you like Hidlay can.
That's right, and that really is Kevin Jackson 101, is to control real estate, control the clock, score when you have to score, and Cardenas has the athleticism to do it. Now, guys, I got to tell you, resumes, these are close. You got a 3-time All-American versus a 5-time All-American. That sounds pretty close. You got 3 age group world medals versus 1 gold. That sounds pretty close. This is the match.
And talking about close, Chael, keep an eye on that right underhook of Hidlay. I've never seen anything like it. He has an underhook from hell. I cannot believe when I watch some of his other matches, the way that he's able to fish in that right underhook. It's incredible.
And once it's done, it's like an uppercut. Just knocks you over, and you're off balance, and he takes advantage.
Jacob Cardenas wanted a rematch against Bo Nickel right away, and they said, nah. We don't give away free title shots around here.
No, we have a much easier one.
Yeah.
You have a world champion next.
Exactly.
Right here you go. It's a little downgrade. No, this is, if anything, an upgrade.
Yeah, Juliana, they dealt this young man right from the bottom of the deck.
I know, right?
He goes from Bo Nickel into the reigning world champion. But if anybody's ready for it, it's Cardenas. There was an attempt at that underhook. That's our first one. Hey, Cardenas is ready for it. He's slowing him down. He's making a very clear effort to slow this match down. I don't know if I agree with that, but I am noticing it here in the first round.
He said in the press conference that he's going to not change the way that he wrestles. He's going to sting him when he wants, and he's going to sting him where it hurts. Goes in for a shot there, stuffed by Hidlay. There's that underhook for Hidlay.
1 point for Hidlay.
Push out.
A push out as well.
There is a brand new, and I do mean as in last night, there is a new rule for what a grounded athlete is. Now that position didn't quite test it because Cardenas came to his feet, but I believe that Cardenas came to his feet from not fully understanding what a grounded opponent is. It used to be if you're on your knees and you get pushed out of bounds, the referee would have an option to make you surrender one or an option to call that activity. That option is now gone. If you go out of bounds, somebody's giving up a point.
Yeah, they didn't want to punish somebody for scrambling, but you got to watch where you are at the edge of the mat. Push out is 1 point. There was one for passivity.
And Jimmy, one thing about it, because they did pass the rule and it was only in writing, we don't know how the referees are going to call it just yet. It's a little open to interpretation, and we might see multiple interpretations of that tonight, just to foreshadow for our audience.
And there is the push out. You're going to see it here.
He comes to his
Very
feet.
Clear.
Yes, this is very clear.
And golly, they keep changing the rules of freestyle. It's like very often I feel like it's a new rule every time.
Yes, and Real American Freestyle does not have to adhere to UWW, but they choose. They choose to. All right, round number 2, 2 points for Hidlay.
No more, Chael, when you were coming up and I was in high school, watch where you are. You can escape the mat. That is not an option anymore. Push out, I think, a great rule in the last few years.
And Julian, did I misspeak? I thought that was a push out, but I see 2 points. Did they?
Because there was a passivity and then there was a push out.
Oh, there was a passivity point. All right, thank you.
Thanks, Jimmy.
We keep you honest, buddy.
Yeah, that's right. Keep my eye on
the
the scoreboard a little closer here.
But this is what I mean about Cardenas. Chael is he's a positionally great, but he doesn't necessarily push the pace when he needs to, especially when he fall. That's what caught him in the NCAAs. Lost 4-1 in the semifinals against Penn State. Fell down 3-0. He doesn't really have that comeback kind of style.
Calling for action.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's one of the things that will keep you up at night. I mean, you go into it with a very clear strategy, and he's got a strategy. He's not making this a dogfight, or at least not choosing to until perhaps the third round. I don't know if that's the right call. None of us do. That's an experiment. That's a very clear strategy, but that is a gamble by Cardenas.
Hidlay keeps trying to punch that underhook. He hasn't found the success that he wants to, except that push out in the first period.
Cardenas has gone for a couple takedowns. Tried some explosive moves. Very good with the ankle pick. One point for Cardenas from passivity as well.
Trying to get past that head position. These guys look like two rams trying to get past the head position of the other. They need to cut an angle. They need to be able to push, pull, get some sort of action going.
We just saw Jason Nolf, and look at the difference in footwork. Jason Nolf, a side-to-side kind of guy. Very Penn State, cuts a lot of angles. Hidlay goes right through you. He's just one of those guys. He's like a bull in a china shop.
Hidlay is cornered and trained by the great Nick Gwiazdowski. Nick used to be a coach at Cornell when Cardenas was there.
Push
Nick
out
Gwiazdowski
again.
coached Cardenas for 3 seasons. So we've got a coach that knows both guys, but he's in the corner of Hidlay tonight. Jimmy, I'm sorry to cut off that action. You're right, there was a push out.
Yeah, and it was off that underhook, Juliana, just like you called it. Got the underhook, forced him off balance, got another push out, 3-1.
As a body locker myself, that underhook is something that I love to see. So when I see it and I see it done right, and somebody the best in the world doing it, it's like a little treat for Christmas, a little present to be able to see somebody be successful with that underhook.
Something you can take home and learn from.
Man.
All right, guys.
End of period 2.
I have no way to actually know this, but I say with great confidence, Cardenas is where he wants to be. He has worked for 4 minutes to keep this match tight. I think we're going to see a very different round 3. This is where we're going to see this clear strategy by Cardenas. Was it the right one? We're going to find out in the next 2 minutes.
There's being patient, and then there's putting yourself in too deep of a hole to come back. The question is, which side does that land on, Chael? That's the big question in period 3.
I need Cardenas to get on the board. I need him to score some more points if he wants that title shot. If he wants that shot at Bo Nickel, he's got to make something happen here.
All you got!
Start of period number 3. Jacob Cardenas down 2 points. The reigning world champion, Trent Hidlay.
I think in his mind he was going to be down a couple points. I really think, just by the lack of effort that he was holding out to this round. Look at that underhook. Look how strong he is.
Look at how strong he is.
Cardenas has got to circle. If he does not circle, he's going to give up another point. This is going to happen. He's got to circle. Right now, he's got to circle.
Trying to go for that front headlock. Is there a push out there?
Another push out.
Not even a controversial one. That is a tactical error by Cardenas, and it's the 3rd time he's made it tonight.
Hey, you know what? He's saying if you're going to beat me, I'm not going to make it easy on you. That's for sure. He's putting up a big fight.
Now, here's the deal. Is that Cardenas has so much trouble getting under the shoulders, getting over that frame of Hidlay. He's so short, stocky, strong.
He can't get past his head position. He's tried.
And he's trying to ram his way through the wall.
Front headlock position almost for Trent Hidlay.
World champion right now, out-positioning the positional wrestler. Is that fair to say, Chael?
Yes, and you know, by the way, I will go back to an earlier observation I made that when you come off of a world championship and a performance like that, your next one isn't always a great one. Hidlay's looking great tonight. I mean, he's holding his ground. He's holding his position. He's fighting. He wants a little bit more of a fight. The match slowed down a little bit, but he looks good, guys.
Best position Cardenas has had against the mat.
Yeah.
It's a stalemate.
He looked so comfortable wrestling on the edge there, too. He wasn't trying to cut back in.
Let it go, Jacob. Let it go here.
As corner saying, let it go, Jacob.
Yeah, he's got to. He's got to go for broke here. He's got 40 seconds.
Can't take your takedowns home with you.
He's got to go get it. There's that underhook again.
Push, inches away.
It looked like he was going to push up, and it's Hidlay who gets it. Great positional awareness.
Absolutely.
And that's where exactly the right time. Yep.
That's where the veteranness does come in. Excellent mat awareness there by Hidlay.
By the way, if that isn't a word, it should be veteranness.
Front headlock, looking for the
I'm
go behind, and he gets it. Nicely done by Jacob Cardenas. Beautiful.
Looking for the turn with 10 seconds left.
Trying to go for that gut wrench. Nice belly down from Trent Hidlay.
Calling that a stalemate, back to their feet, 6 seconds left.
Oh my gosh.
Shades of Bo Nickel. So close at the end, but 6 seconds is gonna be tough.
He's gotta do it. He has no choice here.
Hidlay has the opportunity to get around him. Comeback falls short, 5-3.
For what Trent Hidlay needed to do, for being a world champion and coming in as a debutante, if you will, that was almost perfect. He controlled match space. He did not get tired. He looked for his underhooks where he could. He planned to win with takedowns and turns. He had to result to push out some passivity. That was a great performance.
Well, Jazz, it was. Two guys going at it, but Jazz will make it official on the RAF4 mat. Take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 periods and a final score of 5-3, your winner, Trent Hidlay.
Great job by Trent Hidlay. Beautiful job, the world champion getting yet another win. Sarah Rice is the winner tonight. She won her tickets and the VIP experience, absolutely amazing. Right behind us, enjoying being matside with her family. Well, it's live right now, but the road does not stop here. Starting in 2026, the REF5 heading to Sunrise, Florida. January 10th, and we want you there matside. Just like Sarah, we're giving away a VIP experience that includes front row seats. Scan the QR code on the screen or head to realamericanfreestyle.com/Florida to enter now. Woo, it's been exciting already. The cruiserweight coming up next, 190 pounds. Parker Keckeisen, University of Northern Iowa, is the purple and gold on his shoulders. 5-time NCAA All-American, 2024 NCAA National Champion, Zahid Valencia. Talk about a world championship run. Zahid Valencia didn't give up a single point. 3-time gold medalist at US Open. Jazz, get this match started.
Ladies and gentlemen, we roll to the RAF Cruiserweight Division. Please welcome 5-time NCAA All-American, NCAA National Champion from Cedar Falls, Iowa, introducing Parker Keckeisen.
Folks, the Iowa style isn't just about Hawkeyes and Cyclones. University of Northern Iowa, a tremendous team. And Cheryl, he has that style. Bruising, physical, short, explosive takedowns. He'll beat you up, not just score points.
Fun fact, this is one of Ben Askren's proteges, one of Ben Askren's proudest, most proudful athletes he's ever trained right here in Keckeisen. He knows scrambling, he knows positioning, and that's something to consider, particularly in a freestyle situation.
And now his opponent, 2025 senior 86-kilogram world champion, 2-time NCAA national champion, wrestling out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Here is Zahid Z-Money Valencia.
49-0 is a blowout in a football game. This man won the world championships, not giving up a single point. I'm not exaggerating, 49-0.
Did they call him Z-Money? Did I just hear that his name is Z-Money and he just came out doing the dollar signs, Jules?
Yes, this is a guy that everyone wants to beat. He's got a big target on his back. He's a special guy. He's a star. He's the kind of guy that's gonna, showboat a little bit. And that's what the sport needs.
And that's a showboating kind of style. Quick, explosive, rangy, great defense, can score from almost anywhere. I'm looking forward to this one.
Me too.
Z-Money, very dominant champion of the world, but he's about to take on a very dominant champion of the NCAA here in Keckeisen.
Like you said, Chill, he is Parker Keckeisen is a direct descendant from Ben Askren. He is his #1 product. And when we asked him, hey, do you want to fight against Zahid Valencia, or excuse me, wrestle against Zahid, he said, absolutely. Ben and him went back to the camp and said he is ready for this match, and they were confident in taking it. There was absolutely no doubt that Parker would be able to get this win tonight.
Deep on the single leg.
Treetop.
Can he get a push out or a takedown? That's the question. Great balance from Keckeisen. And that's a push out for one. That's another thing on Keckeisen. He's a big guy, very physical, strong. I saw guys in on his legs at the NCAAs where you went, all right, this is a takedown for sure. He can funk his way out of almost anything. A little Ben Askren in there.
Yep.
One big change that we have seen since Valencia spent time with David Taylor out in Stillwater is he scores early. He doesn't just come on late. He scores early, he gets his points, and he stays consistent through the match. There's no fading.
Beautiful shot.
He's going to come out.
That's 2.
That is definitely 2, and now he's on top of a dry Zahid Valencia, looking for turns, looking for gut wrenches. Being dry, being early like this makes an impact.
Got to go quick. I wish he would have went for more action there right away.
Really go for it.
That was nicely done, and that's going to give him that added confidence that he needs to go up against Zahid Valencia. That's a nice low single.
Reach of Zahid is
and
absolutely
a go behind.
incredible.
Oof, wow, she looks like he's getting kicked in the face. Ooh, he's
Somebody
dirty.
say Ben Askren, because this is a very funk position, trying to come out on top.
He's trying to leg lace him, guys. I have never seen a leg lace from a defensive position like Keckeisen's going for. He got it. That's a leg lace for Keckeisen.
That is 2.
Keckeisen on fire tonight right now. This is incredible. Nice scramble.
I was not certain our referee would know what he just looked at, but he got that right. That was a 2-point turn by Keckeisen. Zahid's even a little confused. He wants that to go 2-2. No, that was Keckeisen's effort.
Talk about not getting a point scored on you. How about 4?
In period #1, more than he gave up in the entire World Championships. Chael, you said about Trent Hidlay, maybe there's a little dip after the world title. Could be the case for Zahid Valencia now.
I will tell you what, you do not want to be close with Keckeisen in the later rounds. If you're going to get your points, getting them early is a good idea. He's a bruiser. He likes a 7-minute match. He likes a double leg.
Nice shot by Zahid, but stuffed into the front headlock for Parker. Oof. Welcome to RAF.
Great first period so far for Parker Keckeisen.
A tie-in here with these guys this last season is Kyle Dake. Keckeisen did not get past Dake. Zahid upset Dake. So if you look at common opponents, and I know we try not to do that, but that sure is a relevant one. And I would say that Dake is probably at home right now, rather impressed with Keckeisen's first period.
But if we thought, ladies and gentlemen, that Keckeisen would come out intimidated, we are very much mistaken. He went right after Zahid.
Yeah, the speed, the agility, he went right after him. He wasted no time. Even when they got called back up from the referee, they went right into, he did not waste or spare 1 second. He went right after Zahid.
All right, watch what he's going to do here. Watch what Keckeisen, now he's going to cross the legs. He's going to cross the legs. He's going to jam his forearm right in there. And this is going to create the pressure and the leverage he needed. And Zahid ultimately had to expose. Oh, a beautiful technique. Wow.
And we start out period 2, 4-1.
Right hand. Working from space, measuring for distance. Both gentlemen trying to get past the head position, going for a shot stuffed by Zahid.
And Keckeisen has done such a great job getting around the arm defense of Zahid Valencia. Hasn't been able to keep Keckeisen at a distance. Valencia has the better outside speed, but it's been an in-close kind of fight, Chill.
Nice
great single leg.
Beautifully done by Zahid.
That worked for you. Smart strategy. I think just shove him out and take the one. Just take the one.
That's it, Zahid. It's 1 point at a time here in freestyle, and it's a lot easier to recover 3 points.
Yep, 4-2, 1 takedown away from a tie.
Big heavy hands, nice single leg attempt. Good hips by Parker.
Yeah, fantastic reaction from the big man.
Discipline. Right hand.
Weight class is 190. These guys move like they're 130 pounds.
Yeah, they're fast.
Great speed.
Heavy hands, looking for the underhook.
Right hand. Yes,
nice high crotch for Zahid. He's got it. Staying heavy on that leg like a dog on a bone.
Keckeisen going with the funk again.
Looking for the go behind.
If he can keep a hold of that shoe, he can prevent a takedown. That can be hard to do. He's going to use his other foot. He's going to try to kick those fingers off. But if Keckeisen can just keep possession of that leg, he will stalemate this position.
And the ref's about to call it, I think.
Well, now looking for a head high, trying to get his own takedown, and he does.
That is beautiful job. Nice little switcherooski from Parker Keckeisen.
His second
4-point lead.
Keckeisen's second time wrestling through that exact position, and he surprised our world champion twice now.
And this is they've wrestled before. I don't think Parker's ever had any success against Zahid Valencia in the past.
Looks like blood timeout cut under the right eye of Keckeisen.
Uh-oh, he's gonna, that doesn't look nice.
Well, he just threw up.
You know, I gotta tell, the corner couldn't see that coming. We couldn't get a bucket. I knew he was gonna throw up, guys.
And this is the takedown. Beautiful job from Keckeisen stepping over.
I think he's throwing up because he's so mad that he got switched like that.
Who knows why, but he just went over to his corner and vomited. And he looks tired.
He's gassed. He looks like he's chewing on a sock right now. That mouthpiece is too big. He wants to take it out of his mouth. I can see it like hanging out of his mouth right before he came out for that period.
Well, Keckeisen said at the press conference, I'm living clean off the mat. I'm doing everything right with my training, my nutrition, my condition. And so far, that's showing for Keckeisen.
He took a bit of a shot at Zahid. Yeah. Zahid likes to have a good time. And by the way, Zahid does not apologize for it. He's a young man and he's out living his life, if you ask him. Old Z-Money, though, has found himself down by 4 against one of the best conditioned athletes in wrestling right now. That's the problem with Keckeisen. Your first period's not your problem with this guy. The third period's the problem.
You're good.
Look at this beautiful reversal.
He was trying to put stuff
Chael,
on his
how many
face.
guys in the world literally could have pulled this off?
No,
he had a shoe and got to take
And very much a Ben Askren technique. What he stole from the Russians, guys like Satiev, just for example. Very rare that someone can wrestle through that position.
Parker says, I did not have success against Zahid, but it's 6 months later and I'm ready for this, and a lot has changed in those 6 months, and we are seeing that. Stuffed front headlock for Parker Keckeisen, looking for the go-behind.
And look at that physical pressure. Even when he doesn't go behind, just he's crushing you, wearing you out, taking all the energy. Juliana, it's so fatiguing.
I'm telling you, Zahid looks like he's just like, he's going to go back and watch this, and he's going to be so mad at himself.
There's really no coming back from that. When you reach that level of exhaustion and you switch over to hey, let me just get through the match. When you switch over to that, it's very rare that you then find that effort to score the points that are needed.
Absolutely. Looking to measure both gentlemen, trying to work from a distance, shoots, stuffed again. And it's almost like Parker can see all of Zahid's shots now. There's nothing really that he's going to throw at him that he's not going to be able to stuff, or that he's not confident that he's going to be able to dominate on. Looking for the go-behind, sits him down.
Dumps him right to his butt, 2 points.
Oh, Zahid says no. He's saying he doesn't agree.
That was a pretty clear takedown to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chael, let me know if I'm missing something. That looked like 2 to me.
That was definitely 2, and you want to know who agrees is Zahid's coach. Zahid turned to the coach to protest, and the coach said, no, Zahid, you've got this wrong. We're going to have to just get up and keep wrestling.
And also Zahid, with his speed and explosiveness, you can't afford to slow down, Chael. He's not a grinder. He's an explosive guy.
And this won't be the same Zahid you're going to see in a month or even in 2 months. There is something about coming off a world championship. You start reading the articles. They take you on the press tour. Your picture's getting out there. It's one of these things where a down performance is very common. But boy, is this ever exactly what Keckeisen needed, and at exactly the right time.
What a confidence builder for him. Looking for the tape. Ended up holding on to it a little too long.
And we talked about this in the last match.
Might get it again, and he does. 2 points.
About winning a gold medal, and then once you come off of that gold medal, you're not able to find that immediate success.
Very common. Very common. There's a down performance, and you got to hit a little reset button. While Zahid was celebrating on a bit of a victory tour that was well earned, Keckeisen was in the gym training. Keckeisen was thinking about these opportunities. So I'm not stunned to see Parker a little physically more prepared for this particular battle.
We are now in tech fall country. If he can get 2 more, 1 more takedown, this is a technical fall. 10 points, ladies and gentlemen. Against a world champion who didn't give up a single point in that run.
For the go behind Parker in that front headlock position.
Seems content to hang on.
And like you said, Jimmy, he needs 2 more, and that's a tech fall. The match will be over, but it's going to be over now.
He's content with a dominant 8-point win. Parker Keckeisen, talk about planting your flag on the RAF mat. He just did it.
Shocked the world.
Man.
Low single picked off by Zahid Valencia. Turnaround, chase in the back. He's holding on to that leg for dear life, trying to make something happen with it. Parker's got that Ben Askren funky style there.
And Juliana, you nailed it. He was holding on to that single. One trying to drive, one trying to score with it, just holding on. But Parker Keckeisen into a little dance, which is well-deserved. Jazz, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 periods and a final score of 10-2, your winner, Parker Keckeisen!
And he's with the American Gangster right now.
Parker, you apparently did not get the script. That was the world champion, young man. How are you feeling right now?
I feel pretty good. I got great coaches, great people in my corner, great fans. So go Panthers, go Askren, come on.
You put a real pace on him, but the story of that match was actually your defense. He's in on single legs, you're coming out behind, sometimes the takedown. One time you got a leg lace. Was that part of the strategy?
Yeah, my defense sucks, so I got to get back. I spent a lot of time doing it, so just that's a lot of mat time. And just, man, surrendering the outcome to the Lord.
Parker, one of your coaches, Ben Askren, sent me a text. He's very proud of you. I'm happy to relay that message, but he did tell me to specifically ask you, who would you like next?
Man, I want Dake. Or the winner of the next, yeah, no, I want Dake. Then, what is it? I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
Are you thinking of Hamiti and Wick?
No.
Kadik.
190, so Plott and I don't know, Kadik, and then they get Dake, and then I'll wrestle.
All right, you're talking about Kadik and Plott. We will keep our eye on that for tonight. It is your night. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Parker Keckeisen.
Any call out you want, my friend, you just earned it. Don't forget Trent Hidlay still waiting in the wings.
Man, I'm so happy for Parker, and I'm so happy for Ben Askren. They were confident that he was able to take this match, and he was able to get the win.
The man who put this all together, he's loving what he is seeing tonight. All about the upsets, all about the aggressive action. There are no stallers on the mat tonight. A real American Freestyle 4. What does that mean? There's definitely going to be a real American Freestyle 5. That's right, REF 5 takes over South Florida January 10th. 2 world title fights in a main event. We'll have MMA fans lining up. Former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold steps onto the RAF mat to face former UFC interim welterweight champ Colby Covington. Get your tickets now for RAF 5, and for a limited time, fans can get a 20% discount off tickets using the promo code HOLIDAY. Scan the QR code or head over to realamericanfreestyle.com and use the code HOLIDAY to save. Fans are absolutely loving it. We're going to have a separate match, mat at RAF 5 for the Egos, and it's going to be great. All right, fans, if you think you know how tonight's going to end, a lot of those fans may think that. It's time to put your fight IQ to the test. You can now have you can make your picks on each RAF matchup thanks to our official gaming partner, NXT Bets. It's live now on Underdog Fantasy. Head to nxtbets.com/play RAF or scan the QR code on screen to sign up and lock in your picks. Must be 18 or over, where legal, and always play responsibly. Oh, cannot wait. Our first title by the middleweights. It is going to be absolutely outstanding. That's right, looked great last time out. Evan Wick, RF middleweight champion, defeated Jason Nolf, got that monkey off his back. 4-time All-American Dean Hamiti, the upstart. He is the Hunter in his 2025 NCAA champion and Oklahoma State silver medalist at the U.S. Open.
Guys, don't forget, RAF merchandise available.
To his opponent, Evan Wick, by the way.
And don't forget to grab yourself an ice cold real American beer.
Evan Wick considers this mat home, and here is why. Against Jason Nolf, a guy who had wrestled great against him previously. Chael, you call this one of the greatest matches in wrestling history.
Evan Wick, I had never seen him look so deep. I've never seen him look so aggressive as he did in that match. And that's one thing about this. I'm not convinced that Dean Hamiti isn't one of the best best wrestlers you're going to see tonight. The problem he's got is he's taking on a grown man. If you just look at the strength, if you look at the grit and the meanness, it favors Evan Wick.
All right, ready to go. The title on the line. Jazz, get it started.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match is for the RAF Middleweight World Championship. Let's bring them out. Please welcome to the mat your challenger, Dean Hamiti.
This is a rematch of the 2025 U.S. Open Finals. Evan Wick won that 9-1. Does that cost Hamiti confidence? Shale, it was all one sequence. It was a 9-point sequence. Takedown to a leg lace.
And Hamiti's in his rookie season on the senior level, if you will. It takes a little bit of time to adjust. He's now been out there with Kyle Dake. He's been under these lights. Expect a different Dean Hamiti tonight.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the RAF Middleweight World Champion, Evan Wick.
Shale just talked about a different Hamiti, a different Dean Hamiti step on that. Well, guess what? Evan Wick maybe right now at his peak, looking absolutely fantastic at RAF.
He is the champion. He's walking like it. He's walking tall like the champion. And man, I was there front row, RAF 1 against Jason Nolf and Evan Wick, and that was, like Chael said, one of the most exciting wrestling matches that I had seen. He got a little uptight when we said, hey, do you want to rematch Jason Nolf, you think? And he was like, I'm the champion. Jason Nolf needs to be calling me out. And we saw here tonight, Jason Nolf won. He didn't want any smoke with Evan Wick.
Yeah, world title on the line. Let's make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are scheduled for 3 periods for the RAF Middleweight World Championship. Introducing first, on my right, your challenger. He weighed in at 174.6 pounds. He is a Big Ten champion, a 3-time All-American, and an NCAA national champion, wrestling out of Stillwater, Oklahoma. Introducing Dean Hamiti. And across the mat, his opponent, he weighed in at 174.3 pounds, a U.S. Open champion, a 4-time NCAA All-American. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed RAF Middleweight World Champion, presenting from Madison, Wisconsin, Evan.
Jazz? Huh? Was that an introduction or what?
Going from the diaphragm. Speak from the diaphragm.
Allen.
That's exactly what he did. And you got to get goosebumps looking at this matchup.
Reigning NCAA champion in Dean Hamiti, Evan Wick, another Ben Askren prodigy.
And there's no way that he's going to not have the confidence from Parker's win. Going into this match.
Oh, look at that beautiful single leg coming out the back door.
Low single for Dean, nice job.
That drive through Wick is so tall, his balance is so good, great flexibility. Gets the stalemate. Man, quick takedown, Chill.
Oh, it's incredible. But these guys from Stillwater, these guys are fast. I mean, one thing about it, if you want to be a cowboy, you got to be lightning quick. That didn't change. That didn't change under Chertow. That didn't change under John Smith, and that hasn't changed under David Taylor.
2-on-1 rush and pulling him in, but it's stuffed by Dean. Nice job.
That's one thing we saw with Evan Wick last time out. His toolkit is so big. We talked about the Russian tie, the collar ties, the movement, very long and strong.
Yeah, both
great
of them.
Outside takedown, yeah.
Dean 6 feet, Evan Wick 6'3", both tall, lanky guys. They're quick, they're agile, they're explosive.
And that is, by the way, keep it going. It's a little bit of a stall. Dean Hamiti.
Hey, Dean needs to get right back in there. If it's going to work once, it's going to work again in the same match. He needs to get right back to those attacks. Get
He is
that respect.
on the shot clock. 15 seconds now.
Elbow control from Dean, or excuse me, from Evan.
If he doesn't get the takedown, it'll be a point
Some
for
body,
Evan Wick.
some body fakes for DJ.
Be on the shot clock. A lot of people go, hey, don't let it make you rush because you get countered. If you don't get the takedown, you only give up 1. If you get countered, you get 2. Veteran move from Hamiti. He didn't rush that takedown, Chill.
Yeah, I'm impressed by it. Dean's looking for something. He's moving real well here. Evan Wick slowed this down just slightly, but Evan does his best work when he's the one that's lightning quick. He got a little surprise there from Dean. Dean has got to go back to that, though. He cannot start being nice now. That 1 point's a very deceptive one. Okay.
Nicely done. Low single, looking
Almost
to take it to a back, looking for that exposure. Oh.
He's got him on his back. Could we see a fall?
He's got an arm trap. That's a problem. What's the call here?
Time is up.
Oh, time is, oh boy, I was going to say they weren't out of bounds. All right.
That is a great takedown for DJ Dean Hamiti. Nicely done. Low single. Shoots for the low single. Turns him. Runs it with the wizard. Nicely done. Puts him on his back there.
Evan took a risk with that underhook. He thought maybe he could scramble out of it. He instead ended up body locked and trapped. And by the way, likely saved by the bell. Very hard to stay off your back when you got an arm trapped. It's a very situation that Spencer Lee found himself in 3 weeks ago.
And it is 4-1. I was wondering about that. 2 for the exposure, 2 for the takedown. They corrected that 4-1. Good job by the referee.
Wrist control, elbow control. Dean going back to the well, looking for that low single again.
Chael, a theme tonight has been more experienced guys at the senior level taking on the upstarts. So far, upstarts showing up well.
Well, and historically in wrestling, we do see the younger guy, but it takes him a minute. We'll almost see him mature right in front of our eyes. Like, I watched that match with Dean and Dake, and it was a massacre. But I did know, okay, that was the experience Dean needed. That was the match that he needed. You're not going to get big-bodied like that again. And he's made some adjustments. Come down a little bit in weight with Evan Wick. There's a couple of things, a little familiarity. But he's getting a very different outcome thus far in the contest.
Evan Wick looking to recover those 3 points. Going in on the single leg. Looking to step behind. Let's see if he can do something with this.
Smart, very flexible, trying to work that defense. Goes in circle.
Goes behind.
That should be 2 shortly.
That is nicely done. Looking to ride him out now.
Gotta get the knee to the mat. We've got a cradle.
Get some chest faster.
Gotta make that knee drop. Got it. That's 2.
Ride.
There was an opportunity there, and I thought Dean was going to try to execute it, to just get out of bounds, to give up a push-out point, keep that knee up, but Evan was able to use that long, lanky frame, almost a collegiate-style leg ride to a cradle setup, break him down for 2.
Evan's coming back 1 point at a time, looking to recover 1 more. See if he can take the lead here in this second period with 30 seconds left. Eye poke.
Finger to the eye, but Juliana, it's one of those things where that's that experience of, yeah, all right, I'm down. 1 point, 2 points, get back in it slowly.
One
Wick's
step at a
not gonna
time.
panic. Yeah,
one
exactly.
step at a time. 1 foot in front of the other. 1 point at a time. 1 step at a time.
Do one more here, Evan.
I don't care what's wrestling or MMA. You win minutes, you win rounds, you win fights, or in this case, matches. You come back and you win minutes. And right now, Evan Wick knows he can do that. About 10 seconds left to go.
Both of these guys have had such great success with leg attacks, but not quite enough leg attacks. I'm a little surprised that both guys haven't shot 2 to 3 more times in this period.
But could that be, Chill, a little bit of, like you said, Hamiti, just slowing it down just a little bit? Doesn't want. Nolf got into a shootout with Evan Wick. It seems like Hamiti is trying to avoid that scenario.
Hamiti found himself in the Big Ten Championship match a couple of years ago, beating Mason Parris, but he got tired. It was almost a little too much effort. Ever since then, he's been very cognizant of pace. He knows when to score. He learned a real maturity even in that defeat.
There was a takedown at the edge. Beautiful stuff from Evan Wick to make this a match in period 3.
DJ got a hard out, dealt from the bottom of the deck, like you were saying, Chael, when he had to face Dake at RAF 1, and they said, we'll promise to get you a better matchup. How about a title shot against Evan Wick?
Thanks a lot, guys.
There's a lot of failing up tonight. It's like, this guy, take on this world champion. See how that works.
But that's why I love wrestling, because they are not going to shy away or say no. It's a match, you know. In a fight, you have, like, it feels like you have so much more to lose. In wrestling, they'll wrestle anybody. It's just a match to them.
You 5 of them in 1 day.
Exactly. It's no big deal.
One more match,
I'll wrestle him. I'll wrestle anybody.
On top now in a cradle position.
Looking for the go behind. Let's see.
Looking for the exposure. And that's 2.
Oh, no.
He's got Hamiti on his back, rolled him through. Trying to do it again.
Oh, no.
That's another 2 points.
Yes, in
Could we
freestyle.
see a pin?
Hey, he can do it again in freestyle. He does not have to let that lock go.
watching this guy grow up since he was 15 years old. It's a great win for Izzy, I know it.
Let's just call it RAF4 changing of the guard, because that's what we are seeing. Look at this cradle from Dean Hamiti, putting Evan Wick on his back.
Evan was trying to kick out. It didn't work out. He rolls him back over to his back again, and that's a pin.
Hand up, slap the mat, and it is over, ladies and gentlemen. Dean Hamiti gets gold around his waist. Jazz, make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute left in the third period, your winner by fall and new RAF middleweight world champion, Dean Hamiti.
That is a moment he has been waiting for. Gold wrapped around his waist. The man who beat him in the U.S. Open is his victim by pinfall tonight.
Happy for him. He deserves it. He's a good kid. He really is.
Well, the good kid next to the bad guy right now.
Yeah, good man, I meant. He's not a kid. He's a man. He's grown.
New. What the heck just happened? A 6-point cradle into a championship. How you feeling right now, champ?
Feel great. You know, I worked so hard for this. You know, I'm grateful for RAF for having me out here and having me put these performances on, and it worked out.
David Taylor is not here tonight, but I know that you've spoke to him. What did he say to you as you were going to this match with Evan Wick?
Yeah, wrestle solid. You know, you're the best wrestler in the world when you want to be, and I wanted to be tonight, so I got that fall.
Dean, who is going to be next? Who now? And you had to do the same thing. You had to work your way to a title opportunity. Who are you looking at that could earn your respect?
Yeah, you know, I respect everyone. You know, if they're competitive and they can lay it on the line out here, I respect them. So any name you guys want to send me, I'll agree to it. Let's go.
Well, Dean, you are the man. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the new champion, Dean Hamiti.
Dean getting it done. Beautiful job. But remember, this wasn't a come from behind. He was ahead when he got that cradle. He wrestled a great match from start to finish.
And then when you're going up against, you know, a guy like Kyle Dake and you lose like that at the first one, it's like, that's got to give you the confidence to wrestle anyone. And like I said, he was like, yes, I'll take Evan Wick. No problem. He'll fight anyone or he'll wrestle anyone. And just like he said a minute ago, whoever's next, I don't care. I'll take on any and all comers. It doesn't matter to me. That's the wrestling mentality.
When you talk about dominance, when you talk about heavyweights, you have to talk about our main event heavyweight showdown tonight. This is our entrance into the building. Mason Parris versus Wyatt Hendrikson. Both of them, by the way, Hodge Award winners. This is going to be an epic showdown.
Here is Wyatt Hendrikson.
Did you see that power and agility? He stopped him dead in his tracks.
Good shot right there.
Double leg by Mason.
Look for more points if you can keep on his hip.
I have an attitude of a champion. I have the heart of a warrior. And my opponents, they can feel that. You can feel my attitude as soon as I step onto that mat.
Hendrickson is wrestling like he wants to show the world that he has a real message and a real American Freestyle is his home.
Doing great. It's awesome to be back on the mat.
There's shots again. Right here, he takes a sweep with a little bit of a double leg finish.
It's over.
Great showing by Parris right there.
You know, my goal, is to win the belt here.
RAF Unlimited Heavyweight World Champion, Captain America, Wyatt Hendrikson. Real American
They have
Freestyle.
defeated their opponents a combined 25-1 right here on the Real American Freestyle mat, and they collide tonight in our heavyweight main event, and the fans here have been absolutely outstanding. It's the wrestlers themselves. Juliana, there was a line outside the door to get autographs and to shake hands with these wrestlers. Out here in Indiana, they love them.
Hey, the one thing that I love the most about Real American Freestyle is that this is a family event. Wrestling is what turns little boys into men and little girls into young, strong women. And they love wrestling and they love meeting their idols. And I think that this is so great for the promotion to be able to give these guys an opportunity to meet these people that they look up to. They buy their gear. Like Caden Henschel has his own market of shoes and shirts and no sé qué, all sorts of stuff. You know what I mean? So it's great that they get an opportunity like this.
The fan support has been absolutely outstanding, and we are keeping it rolling in the cruiserweights. That's right, Kadik, gold medalist at the 2020 Euro, silver medalist at Tokyo Olympics, where he tech-balled Kadik 11-0. Dustin Plott, 4-time NCAA All-American, 2-time Big 12 champion. Kadik dismissive of Plott and his name. He is looking past him. Could that be a mistake? Jazz, let's find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match takes place in the Real American Freestyle Cruiserweight Division. Please welcome European gold medalist, Olympic silver medalist, wrestling out of Belarus, Mohamed Keckeisen.
Now that's his full name, but he goes by Kadik. Has no problem with that as his nickname. At the press conference, and we were all there. They said, what do you think of Dustin Plott? He goes, I know Dustin Poirier. My friend beat him. The only Dustin I know. Don't know this guy at all. Is that a good impression, Chael?
I think that's wonderful. It's exactly what he said. I'll tell you one thing about Kadik. He doesn't lack confidence, and he's here specifically for Kyle Dake. The problem is, Kyle Dake is not his opponent tonight, and I cannot help but tell you, I don't know that Kadik is familiar with Dustin Plott. I am, and Kadik has got his hands full right now.
He has his hands full, but he, like his opponent, is full of confidence. Jazz, bring him out.
And now, please welcome his opponent to the mat. 4-time NCAA All-American, 2-time Big 12 champion, wrestling out of Stillwater, Oklahoma, Dustin Plott.
You don't always learn a lot from a press conference and a stare down. Juliana, one thing we learned, Plott is a hell of a lot bigger than Kadik. I could not believe these guys were in the same weight class, because they're not.
Yeah, no, he is, and he feels much better and much more dialed in at this weight class. He's finally wrestling at a weight class that he feels great in. But Kadik did not care. He said, when we asked him about his opponent, he says, I am talent. And like, that was it.
It was all these like 3-word answers. I am talent.
Yeah.
Send location. We're used to that. We use that from Eastern European.
He said it doesn't matter how much he weighs. Weight is not an issue. He believes he is the better supreme wrestler.
Dean Hamiti, Wyatt Hendrikson, Zahid Valencia, all teammates, all workout partners of Dustin Plott. I just really want people to know that. No, Dustin Plott does not have a Olympic medal like Kadik, but Dustin Plott has the experience day in and day out, right in the practice room.
If only he had a coach, too. Oh, wait, yeah, David Taylor. I forgot about that. David Taylor, one of the best to ever do it. Yeah.
Dustin Plott, 3-time NCAA All-American. He has said that he has the courage, he has the faith, he believes in his ability, as he believes he's one of the best wrestlers on the planet.
Good job, Plott. Stay on him, stay on him.
You know, the difference here, Plott, of course, under 23 world team. He's had some success at the international level. I don't want to say youth level, but under 23, right? This is senior level, different animal, Chael.
It's a different animal, and Kadik's big claim to fame, guys. It was in Tokyo, it was the Olympic Games, it was the semifinals. He runs into our own Kyle Dake. Something happened in that match. I don't know what it is. There's rumors of broken ribs by Dake. I don't know, and I won't add to the excuse. I'm just sharing. Kadik got a technical fall. He finds himself in the Olympic finals.
Let's stop penetration here.
Dustin Plott is a lot bigger animal, and you're seeing that here tonight, and I'm just not certain that Kadik has been told. I'm not sure he's been told what a difficult opponent he drew in Dustin Plott.
Kadik under 10 seconds on the shot clock.
And he didn't
playing
care.
the outside as well.
He didn't care about Dustin Plott. He said he has one mission, and that's to say, hey, Kyle, do you remember Tokyo? And that was heartbreaking for the Americans to see Kyle Dake, but I know that Kyle Dake was wrestling only on one leg, and if he does get past Dustin Plott, it's going to be a completely different match the second time.
When you talk to coaches who have been around the Eastern European system, around the Iranian system, one of the things they always tell me is, guys, they don't watch the NCAAs. If you don't know anything on the international level, the senior level, yeah, they don't know who you are. They're not tuning into our college wrestling until you graduate to the big boys. They're really not paying attention to you. That can be a positive. That can be a negative.
A shot attempt for Kadik, but Dustin, nice hips. He was able to stuff it, and we haven't seen, a lot of action here in that first period.
And I got to tell you guys, my observation of size, it hasn't overly mattered yet. Dustin Plott is not leaning on him. He's not getting a hold of him and pushing him, at least not yet.
Maybe we'll see heavier hands in the second period.
but also has not made any rookie mistakes. Plott has not, Chael, to turn a phrase, gotten over his skis. His balance has been good, elbows inside, hasn't given the more experienced guy a way in.
You know what I can't help but wonder? Did they clean the vomit of Zahid up? Like, is that still in the corner affecting?
Nice single leg high
Single leg
crotch.
for Plott.
Oh, and a roll
That could
through
be
from
4.
Kadik and a go behind for
That is
Dustin
2.
Plott.
Plott now up 3-0.
And he's going for action right away, looking for that tilt.
And Kadik went for the crotch lift, but against a much bigger guy, couldn't get it done.
I'm okay with the score of 2. That could have been interpreted a couple different ways. One interpretation would be 4 and 2, which would still give us a 2-point spread, but very interesting technique that just happened there. And if Dustin Plott finds some confidence and gets back to that leg, that can happen again.
Oh man, I'm happy for Dustin Plott. He said he had the courage, he had the faith, and he believes that he's one of the best wrestlers on the planet. He's doing a great job right now. I think Kadik is actually having a harder out than he was giving his opponent credit for. He was literally not respecting him at all.
Beautiful shot, though, from Kadik.
Not respecting him at all, and maybe that's why. That was very nicely done by Kadik.
And Dustin Plott on a personal level, he's one of these boys that's a grown man. He's 23 years old, but he got married a couple of years ago. He's forming a family. I mean, it's a very different level of maturity. And you're seeing that, you're going to see that in this match. When the going gets tough, I promise you, Dustin Plott will still be there.
Good job, bud.
Best way to put it, you can be defeated by your opponent, you can be defeated by the moment. Plott has yet to be defeated by the moment, but his opponent right now picking up speed.
Nice.
Not able to get exposure yet, then he gets it.
Nice
That setup, guys, that setup was wonderful. He went left, got a reaction, went back to the right. Jimmy, I like that. Opponent moment. I'm going to remember that.
Looking for it again.
Steal it all, Chael. You can take anything you want from
Going for it again.
Oh, he was. He was putting a little pressure on the carotid artery there. He was a little choke out there by Kadik.
Head position there, right in the neck of Dustin Plott.
Beautiful
Going for his own high crotch.
Same position we were in earlier,
Looking
guys.
for the roll through there.
Going for a chest lift, nowhere near that. 2-point takedown. You get the feeling these are positions where Kadik could counter against a smaller man. He went for the chest lift, couldn't move a thing on Plott.
This is an exciting match.
Great one.
It's neck and neck here. 10, 12 seconds in the second period.
Chance of USA, no surprise here at Real American Freestyle.
Shot and stuffed. Going to run the underhook.
Did he get a push out?
That's there. It's there. That foot's out. Oh, that foot was out.
Got behind him, however. Oh, went for that's a slip. Slip, no points for either man as time runs out. Wow.
That high single, that high crotch that Plott's working, that's going to be there again in this next round. Right here, guys. Kadik is playing a risky game. That could be 4 points for Dustin Plott. When Kadik goes for that chest lock, you've got to succeed, and he's not succeeding.
But we've also seen the trickery from Kadik on top. That freestyle experience, you said it, Jill. Went one side, tricked him to the other side.
Yes.
That's veteran stuff.
Nice body lock there by Kadik.
Boy, Kadik's good. I got to tell you, I'm not super familiar with him. I watched him wrestle Dake. I watched him wrestle Sidikov for the world title. I read about him winning the Europeans. He's a good wrestler, though. He can move pretty well, this guy.
Think so?
These are Dagestani type wrestlers. They're a different breed, these Dagestani wrestlers. You got the Khabibs, the Islam Makhachevs. These guys are day in, day out. Every single day they wrestle. They don't know anything else.
And is Bulgarian, that Eastern European style, join the conversation. Hashtag RAF4. Let us know what you think of this event, because it has been stellar.
Kadik's success in wrestling came at 163 pounds, but for perspective, guys, when Scott Coker signed him to Bellator, he signed him at 145 pounds.
Unreal.
Kadik never came over and made the weight class, but I'm sharing for you that I do look at him as a smaller guy. Good scramble. He's going to come out with 2 here.
Beautiful shuck by to the takedown.
Looking for the gut wrench, Kadik.
He's going to fake left. He's going to come back to the right, though. He's doing the same thing he did earlier. He just doesn't need it as much right now. The urgency wasn't there. He decided it wasn't worth the risk.
He's got a lot of time left, 1 minute and 4 seconds. I've seen a lot of action happen in less time than that.
Good, sir, good.
It's a truism in almost every sport, whether it's this or chess. Greatness shows over time. You can have a good opening period against a great wrestler. They'll find a way to get back in it. Kadik has done that masterfully so far.
He's just using that arm to throw by, to limp arm out of that Kadik, and he's doing a nice job there, but he's gotta do something here.
Plott's corner. imploring their man to get it done. Let's see if we can hear him.
Sorry, I meant to say Dustin needs to do something now. He's got to recover these 5 points and take a lead.
Box him around, let's go! Hey, look, we got a chin wrestler.
One thing about Kadik, he's had no problem working the edge. He doesn't seem that concerned about a push-out. It's like he knows he can angle if he needs to.
High crotch attempt for Dustin Plott, stopped by Kadik.
It's impossible.
Good takedown. Can he get the necessary turn? If he can get a couple of those, and he doesn't go for it. Surprising. With 12 seconds left, maybe he has enough faith in his takedown.
But even if he gets it, he's still a point short. Little mismanagement of the match right
looking
there.
for the cow catcher. Head chancery. Kadik right now biding his time. Oh. Went for the big lift.
Kadik and Kyle Dake just got that much more interesting, guys. I gotta tell you. Kadik can go with him. Kadik can wrestle with the bigger guy.
The Bulgarian with a great comeback. Plott gave it everything he could, and Chael, a little more seasoning, a couple more years, and he might be there. Beautiful takedown in the end by Kadik. Great angles, explosiveness, got the turn early. Beautiful stuff for the silver medalist from Bulgaria. Gets it done again. Jazz, make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 periods and a final score of 11-7, your winner, Muhammad Khabib Nurmagomedov.
Ask and you shall receive. Kadik gets the win. He wanted Kyle Dake. He's gonna get it.
Can't make it any better than that, but Plott made it a match.
And guys,
let's say 100%.
If I can explain, I would like to be up there interviewing Kadik and building a little something towards Kyle Dake. Kadik did not bring a interpreter, so I'm left without. I apologize. My Russian is no better than his English.
Well, our title run continues. 2 highly decorated women's wrestlers coming out. Kennedy Blades, Alara Boyd. Kennedy Blades, when you talk about dynamic offense, cutting angles, always explosive. She's one of the top in the world, male or female. Get ready for a great one.
Yeah, I think for my plan tonight is just to do the same thing, dominate, make it exciting. You know, I'm super unorthodox, so I just like shooting left, right. There's no doubt that I'm not gonna win. And I mean, anyone going into a match, like being slightly unconfident, shouldn't even be competing. So I've never lost to anyone from North Central or Indiana, so I'm excited to just put on a show, and good luck to you.
I think it's an opportunity for me to not only wrestle one of the best in women's wrestling, but also to put on for my state, right? I'm from Indiana, so I'm really excited to represent the state and also represent RAF too. A lot of people, I've seen comments and stuff, they don't think I'm gonna win, or, you know, it's Kennedy Blades, right? They see our big suplexes and stuff, but I believe in myself, so I think that's key going into is just my confidence. Honestly, I think it would be awesome, right? Like I said, I'm in front of my home state. I know I have a big crowd that's gonna be there, so being able to get that done in front of them would just be awesome, would be a great feeling. Kennedy, I respect you, but when we get on the mat, I'm not gonna respect you. I'm really excited to put it out on the line and take that belt away from you.
What do you do when things get tough? You don't give up. You stand your ground. If you've been diagnosed with metastatic PSMA-positive prostate cancer, had hormone therapy, and can delay chemotherapy, ask your doctor about Pluvicto. Pluvicto is not chemotherapy. It's a different treatment that targets PSMA-positive cells. Pluvicto can be used before chemotherapy for some people. Pluvicto involves contact with radioactivity, which may increase the risk for cancer and cause fetal harm. Drink plenty of fluids, urinate often, use contraception, and talk to your doctor about ways to reduce the risk of exposing others to radiation during and after treatment. Pluvicto can cause low levels of blood cell counts, kidney problems, and infertility. Tell your doctor if you have weakness, pale skin, shortness of breath, bleeding or bruising more easily, an infection, or changes in urination. Side effects include decreased blood cell counts, tiredness, dry mouth, nausea, appetite loss, joint or back pain, and constipation. Ask your doctor about Pluvicto, because every day without cancer progression is a victory.
Real American Freestyle is back.
I'll take anybody in the world there. There's an amazing platform for wrestlers.
RAF 05, where the toughest in the world step up and warriors become champions.
Came, I saw, and I conquered.
No cage, no script, just the best in the world going all in.
I told you.
Oh my goodness. It's good to get the belt. Let's go.
RAF 05, January 10th. Tickets on sale now or watch live at Fox Nation.
Fishers, Indiana has been great. I know Chael and I, we're getting cold for Christmas. I'm okay with that, but the fans here, they're getting a treat all night with great wrestling on this map. All the fans here, it is loud in this building. Absolutely fantastic. Well, it's time to put your fight IQ to the test. That's the question. You can make your picks on each RAF matchup thanks to our official gaming partner, NXT Bets. It's live now on Underdog Fantasy. Head to nxtbets.com/play RAF or scan the QR code on screen to sign up and lock in your picks. Must be 18 or over where legal, and always play responsibly.
How you doing, bro? Come on, y'all.
It's been a night full of upsets. Can that continue in our women's middleweight showdown for the title? Lara Boyd, you see it here, 2021 NCWWC National Champion. Three-time national finalist Kennedy Blades, RAF Women's Middleweight Champion. Won that by tech fall, by the way. Silver medalist 2024 Paris Olympics. For entertainment value, nobody better than Kennedy Blades, but Lara Boyd knows what is on the line. You heard her say it with her own lips. Yeah, everybody talks about Kennedy Blades. I'm the one you don't expect, but I'm here not just to participate. I am here to win and take the title, and she has the skills to do that.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my God.
She has a very, very tough task in front of her with Kennedy Blades. Tall, explosive, versatile, great gas tank, loves to score. One of the nicest wrestlers you will ever meet until you step on the mat with her. Then it is all business. Let's take a closer look at her and what she thinks behind the scenes.
When I committed to the sport, I knew I was different. I went to my dad and I was asking him like, well, what's the biggest event you can win? And he said, oh, the Olympics. So I went into my room and I did the math. I knew that I wanted to be a 2024 Olympic gold medalist.
And I said, okay, that's the goal. Let's shoot for it.
There were barely any girl wrestlers. All the way up to high school, I only compete against guys. My dad really put his foot down and said, like, you know what, girls, like, there's no excuses. You guys are in this sport. We're not gonna be sorry for losing against guys because they're stronger, faster, whatever. We need to get better.
That was tough on them. I knew how good they could be because I saw the work ethic.
It's go time. My teammates are like legends. I'm just like posting and saying, like, look at these legends. But people are commenting like, no, I see two legends. And I'm like, oh shoot, like, wait a second. You are one too. When I had the silver medal in my hand, I was just like, there's no way.
Kennedy Blades is the first woman that we signed on the Real American Freestyle team. It was a no-brainer to get Kennedy.
And I was like, you know what, sign me up.
She's the top pound-for-pound college wrestler in the country, hands down. She's a killer.
I think winning is too vague. Dominating is what I want to accomplish.
She's just a freak.
Man, this sport deserves way more appreciation than it has. I'm putting on a show to let people see what I'm capable of.
She said it herself, that's the title on the line, and it is go time. Jacek, Kuro, bring him out.
Fishers, Indiana, our next match is in the RAF middleweight division, and it is for the World Championship. Let's bring him out. Here is your challenger, Lara Boyd.
stake tonight. 5-time senior level All-American, was a world team member in 2025. Also, hometown here in Indiana. You can hear the crowd roar. Don't think she doesn't feel it.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the RAF middleweight world champion, Kennedy Blades.
She talked about the celebrity status she attained, winning a silver medal in 2024. Well, guess what? We've seen established names drop like flies tonight. She doesn't want to suffer that fate, Joe.
Kennedy Blades has something special, guys. She walks out and without all the flair, that smile, her eyes tell a story. This is a person that likes to wrestle. This is a person that enjoys combat.
Title is on the line. Jazz, make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are scheduled for 3 periods for the RAF Middleweight World Championship. Introducing first your challenger. She weighed in at an official 149.2 pounds. An All-American, Fargo National Champion, and Olympic Trials placer from Muncie, Indiana. Introducing her opponent across the mat, she also weighed in at 149.2 pounds, a 4-time national champion, an Olympic silver medalist. She is the reigning, defending, undisputed RAF middleweight world champion, presenting from Chicago, Illinois, Kennedy. The action begins. Your referee is Maria Ivanov.
The champ is here. You ever heard that? The champ
is here. And she is. And the way she got here against Alejandro Rivera, 11-0 at RFA 3. Didn't even go for a takedown. I'm sorry, RAF 3 didn't even go for a didn't even go for a turn. It was all takedowns just like that and push-outs. Didn't even attempt a turn.
Alara Boyd said, you're not going to suplex me tomorrow. You're not going to do that to me. And Alara Boyd was actually Kennedy Blades' training partner to help Kennedy get to the Olympics. Alara Boyd has been wrestling over in NC, and she said, yeah, I think I'm the best wrestler coming out of the Chicagoland area. And Kennedy Blades said, I'm 20 minutes down the road, girl. Let's find out. And so this match has been needing to happen for a long time.
Another beautiful takedown. That's 4.
She double legs her right through a wall.
And you're right, Kennedy may not suplex her, but she's going to try.
Oh, she absolutely is, and she's off to a great start. Double legs her right through a brick wall. Kennedy Blades, nicely done. That's 2 shots for Kennedy. She might just tech her right here.
And very rare that somebody with the length of Kennedy chooses the double leg. It's generally their own weakness. That's generally what the opponents go through on them. She's got that explosive gene, though, and she can power right through these young ladies.
Laura Boyd yet to find her own offense. Another reach for the double leg, this time coming up short. But right into a body lock, looking for the push out. Maybe another 2. And that is 2. 2 points away from a technical fall. A minute left to go in the first period.
I thought Laura was going to be able to work her own offense and get something off here, but she seems pretty passive to just be giving up all these points.
Dominance with a capital D, Juliana. That's what we're seeing right now.
Well, and she said, I'm bubbly and I like to meet all the kids and I have such a, and she does. And Kennedy Blades has that persona. She's just this all-American girl next door, great personality, but when she gets on the mat, she's absolutely dominant.
Girl next door that can launch you off the mat into the stands.
I want Alara Boyd to showcase some sort of technical skill here.
Boom, another 2, and that's it.
Wow.
Tech fall before the end of the first period.
And I don't think she wanted it. I think similar to Jason Nolf, I think she wanted a couple of moments in exchanges here. She did the right thing. If you can whip somebody, go out and enjoy being the queen.
also may have been Alara Boyd, while worried for the suplex, wasn't quite ready for the double leg, Juliana.
No, she just changed levels, did a great job of changing levels and shoots right through that brick wall. Double leg, runs her feet. Nicely done by Kennedy Blades. Snap down, again, another double. She's just, there's levels to this. And clearly she is the best wrestler coming out of Chicagoland, Indiana,
coming
obviously.
Out of RAF,
coming out of RAF.
The world, perhaps.
And she's active. I'd like to see if she goes on the Miami card, too.
I'm sure she wants back-to-back-to-back opportunities. Jazz, tell us who won this one, as if we didn't already know.
Ladies and gentlemen, 21 seconds remaining in period one. Your winner by technical fall, and still RAF middleweight champion of the world, Kennedy Blades!
Shame her, break a sweat.
And look at that smile.
So cute.
She can be modeling when she's not beating the crap out of her opponents. Now we have the good girl with the bad guy.
Kennedy, I would love a word. So Nick Hogan came out here with a belt for you, but Izzy Martinez said, no, give her this one. I don't know the proper etiquette. There's something special about the belt. That's one for you. How you feeling, champ?
I'm honestly super happy. You know, Hilaire's an amazing, not just opponent, but amazing woman in general. So I'm really happy that we were able to put on a show for you guys in Indiana, in her hometown, and you guys are awesome.
And Kennedy, you were known for the suplex. I know you love the suplex, but can I tell you, that double leg is just as beautiful, young lady.
Yeah, no, for sure. I know a lot of people wanted me to do suplex, but I mean, if you look at Hilaire, she's super disciplined, very stylistically, so I mean, I wasn't surprised I couldn't get it, but like I said, you guys are awesome. I really hope that I put on a show for you guys and you guys loved it.
And Kennedy, while this crowd loves you, RAF is looking for your next opponent, but I would love your opinion on a match that we've got later tonight. The main event, Mason versus Wyatt. How do you see that going down?
I mean, I'm competing in this, but I'm so excited for that match. Like, that's the match I'm looking forward to. So I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who's gonna win, but it's gonna be good, guys. So it's soon, so that's exciting.
All right, Indiana, give it up, and still Kennedy Blades.
And she has a $1 million smile, $1 billion talent. That belt over her shoulder looks like it fits perfectly.
That is the face of real American Freestyle. She's such a great role model, so cute and bubbly like we discussed, but just absolutely dominant on the mats. I can't wait to see what's next for her.
But that versatility, so fun to watch her wrestle every single time. But we are not done yet. That's why we roll on. Next time you will see us, Sunrise, Florida. REF 5 takes over South Florida January 10th. 2 world title fights and a main event. We'll have MMA fans lining up. Former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold steps on to the RAF mat to face former UFC interim welterweight champ Colby Covington. Get your tickets now for RAF 5 and for a limited time. Fans can get 20% off tickets using the promo code HOLIDAY. Scan the QR code or head over to realamericanfreestyle.com. Use the code HOLIDAY to save. Kennedy Blades working with the fans, making fans tonight. The next one up, Belal Muhammad talking about the UFC fighters coming to the RAF mat. Former UFC welterweight champion, a great grappler in MMA, is that enough against David Carr, the RAF welterweight champion, 2-time NCAA champion at Iowa State. David Carr called out Belal Muhammad. He wanted this matchup. Belal Muhammad having the confidence, the guts, the courage to step in there against one of the best in the world.
David Carr came out and I hate to bring it to you, but he challenged you, buddy. What do you think?
I mean, I hate to bring it to him, but he challenged the wrong guy. He thinks that I'm coming to his world. He doesn't realize it's my world.
Being a former UFC champion, being looked down on for so long. People doubted me my whole career. People doubted me my whole life. Didn't think I would make it to the UFC. Didn't think I would make it into the rankings. Didn't think I would make it to the top 5. Didn't think I would make it to the title. Like, I love that because it just puts a chip on my shoulder. It makes me want to work that much harder right now and push myself harder that right now. I think the difference is I've been competing at the highest level for so long. When you're full-time wrestling, I think you're definitely at an advantage because that's all you do. That's all you train. For me, I'm training all aspects of MMA.
Bilal's competitive. He doesn't care what it is. If he gets a phone call, out of all the years I've ever known Bilal, he never turns anything down. He doesn't care what it is. He shows up. I've been in the back with him in so many fights, and it's like there's a switch that Bilal kicks on. It's like you see it in his eyes and his face, and I just got the chills thinking about that.
They're thinking, oh, David Carr, family of fighters. His dad's an Olympian. He's a national champion. You didn't wrestle in college. What makes you think you can compete with him? I'm going to show you I can compete with him. I'm going to show you I can beat him.
They call me King David.
He's wrestling David Carr. He's got so much credentials. I'm telling you right now, Bilal doesn't care who's in front of him. It doesn't matter. He's going. He's showing up.
David Carr, you said my name. I'm going to make you remember my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, we move at an RAF catch weight of 185 pounds. Let's bring him out. Please welcome former UFC bantamweight champion of the world from Chicago, Illinois, Bilal Muhammad.
Necessary correction, he was welterweight champion. Bantamweight wouldn't be big enough to step on there with Nate Carr. But the confidence is so important, Chael. Being a champion, a part of that is believing in yourself when no one else does. Bilal believes himself, that's why he's here.
Some guys love to compete. Bilal Muhammad goes into that category. They asked him at the press conference, why are you here? He said, because this young man said my name.
Incorrectly. Got to point that out. He took that a little personally.
Nobody knows how to say blah, 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 blah. Nobody knows how to say
Bilal
it
Muhammad, it's not that hard. Bilal Muhammad. I keep trying to help you, Chael.
You're right. That isn't that hard.
It is easy. You're right. David Carr, real easy.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is his opponent, four-time All-American, two-time NCAA national champion. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed, real American Freestyle welterweight world champion, wrestling out of Canton, Ohio, King David Carr.
When your dad is an Olympic medalist, national champion at Iowa State, your fate is sealed. You're going to be on this mat, and David Carr has been a credit to the Carr name, Giuliani. He hasn't shirked the responsibility. He hasn't dodged the spotlight as he gives the belt and the crown to his dad.
When you talk about wrestling royalty, you are talking about the Carr family. And David Carr says, my success is because of my mom and my dad and the way that they have prepared me, my cardio, my diet, my laundry, my everything. His parents, his family, this is he comes from wrestling royalty, and I know how ready he is to be able to take on a former UFC world champion, Bully B. Remember the name, Bilal Muhammad.
And you better remember it. Got some great guests here tonight. RAF welcomes toy guru and businessman Jeremy Padaware. Thank you so much for being part of the RAF family. Everybody here enjoying it tonight.
Look, guys, there's boxes that Bilal checks, believe it or not. If this comes down to strength, if this comes down to conditioning, there's boxes that favor Bilal. If this comes down to freestyle wrestling, I'm talking gut wrenches and leg laces, you're going to have a problem with David.
Early single leg, Bilal turning out, only giving up two.
Smart because it avoids the parterre. It returns him to his feet.
Carr's showboating a little bit.
A big smile on Bilal's face.
The weight class that used to be ran by Jordan Burroughs is now ran by David Carr. Just for perspective, this is the top wrestler in America.
And what did we just see there? Bilal going in for his own shot on David Carr.
Look at the explosiveness right into the single leg.
Reshot for David Carr, looking for that treetop.
Great balance from Bilal Muhammad.
It really is. Yeah. Just 1 point right there.
Push out.
3-0 is nobody wants to be there halfway through the first period. But this could have been worse, and he's avoided parterre twice now with our current world representative.
And Bilal trying to shoot on David Carr again. He has to be careful for David not to reshoot there, because that's what happened. He shot on him, and then David Carr just got that reshot right away, and that's what got him.
Look at that, right into a beautiful double leg.
For one, I get that this isn't great. I'm saying for what this could be, this is better. Plott is still on his feet, and that's where he needs to be.
Bilal, high school wrestler, and the referee asking him to circle so that he doesn't go off the mat.
With David Carr, you see the physical talent. Unbelievable outside takedown. The ball's got nowhere near the hips of David Carr.
But I like to see him attempt at least. That's great on him. He's out of his element a little bit here on the wrestling mat. He did wrestle in high school, but nowhere near the level of David Carr, and he keeps trying to shoot.
Yeah, that's impressive.
It is very impressive. He needs to circle off here, though, so that he doesn't get pushed out again. Nicely done by Bilal there.
And someone like Plott.
Beautiful setup to the double leg again.
That was nice.
Plott loves to work off the fence, even if his back is against it. So you can see we're making this transition and avoiding that out of bounds where we don't have a fence to hold you in. A little bit of a challenge so far. But again, he just avoided, or at least very short time, the parterre position.
It was nicely done by David Carr, too, with that shot. It was a shot, he missed, a reshot again. That's that chain wrestling. That's that experience that David Carr has. You can see that. It's clear as day.
And Bilal trying to make this gritty on the inside, but David Carr's not allowing that kind of fight. Look at the speed.
Bilal's eyes are getting hip to it. He sees it. He didn't fall for it the second time. Going for his own shot.
They both went for it at the same time. 3 seconds left. Will Bilal get out of the first period? Looks like he will. Bilal trying to hang, but man, Carr looking absolutely fantastic on the feet so far.
Just clean, everything's real clean. You know, Plott isn't used to the shoe. That might sound small to you, but it's not. When you're barefoot, you can slip out of certain things. Plott even went for a couple of short legs. He went to pull that out. Boom, you run into the friction of the shoe. David Carr comes out on top. This match, guys, is going exactly the way that it should. But in fairness, Plott, who's out there trying to get experience, looking forward to his next time in the UFC, he's getting the experience that he came for. He's pushing his lungs. He's moving his feet. He's testing himself with a younger, quicker animal.
And that's just a testament, too, to Bilal's mentality, to be able to say, you know what, I am going to accept this challenge, and I'm going to give you my best and challenge his own self. I know that Bilal's mentality.
Feinting the knee.
He's acting like he's going to kick him.
We have 6-0, 4 more, and we got ourselves a technical fall.
Got that shoe again. He goes back to that shoe, guys.
Yeah, it's easy to limp leg out of those things when you don't have the laces on in the MMA room, but different beast.
That might be 4, and that is it.
Oh, I thought they were out of bounds.
Technical fall, ladies and gentlemen, 10-0. At the start of period 2, and just if you were wanting to get other athletic skills, you can also do a backflip. Man.
Big up to Bilal Muhammad for stepping in this fight, taking on the challenge against David Carr. Goes in for a low single.
Outgunned tonight. This is how he got it done. Beautiful head position.
Wasn't able to sprawl, wasn't able to get that leg back. He skies that heel, skies it up, gets that treetop there, right onto his back. Technical fall. 10-0, David Carr.
Well, Jazz will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, at 1 minute and 31 seconds of period number 2, your final score 10-0. Technical fall. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, King David Carr.
David Carr got it done in front of his father. He's with Chael Sonnen now.
And still.
The Carr name continues.
King David.
That's a good one.
All right, studs, you had your fun. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. Hey, this was awesome. Thank you, guys.
Now, David, this match happened because you wanted it to happen. You came out, similar to a situation we're in right now. You looked in the audience, you called your shot. Who do you have your eye on next?
You know, I've been thinking about wrestling and who I want to go. Someone's on my mind, though. And you know what? I'm not done with these UFC guys. Kamar Usman, it's time to come back to the mat. Wrestling's your background. Wrestling's your roots. Your Division
Kamar by the time I get back to my seat, and he's going to ask me about the weight. So are you saying if Kamar comes over here, you will do it at his weight, which is going to be closer to 185?
Hey, buddy, you show up, I'm there. I don't care about the weight or anything. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, that just might be next. Give it up for the champ and the king, David Carr.
Calling out another former UFC welterweight champion in Kamaru Usman. Right now, David Carr riding high. Talk about that smile, the confidence, the swagger that he has defending his title yet again. Every physical skill on display tonight.
Hey, Jimmy, I will watch Kamar Usman versus David Carr. What do you think of that?
I will be here for it, for sure. Well, our title run is not over. That's right. Light heavyweight interim title. Pat Downey has already had a wild ride at RAF, being shut out by Jake Varner in his RAF debut, trying to come back now. What does Pat Downey think of this matchup and his chances? Here it is.
Some men are born into order. Others are forged by chaos. Meet Pat Downey. He didn't come up clean. He didn't rise easy. He rose as a survivor. Some men aren't built to be liked. They're built to endure. Pat Downey is controversy sharpened into purpose, anger refined into control. He is the wrestler they warned you about. Raw, real, too dangerous to control.
Unlock my hands, I'll take anybody in the world down.
Tonight, he faces a legend. Cuban Olympian Yoel Romero.
Yoel Romero, soldier of God, Pat Downey.
It's a battle of power versus pressure, Olympic grit versus savage instinct.
The reason I took this match on short notice is because that's my legacy. Anyone, anytime, anywhere.
For Pat Downey, tonight, it's a reckoning.
Romero, I'll see you soon. I'll see you soon, boy.
Real American Freestyle is back.
I'll take anybody in the world down. There's an amazing platform for wrestlers.
RAF 05, where the toughest in the world step up and warriors become champions.
Came, I saw, and I conquered.
No cage, no script, just the best in the world going all in.
I told you.
Oh my goodness.
It's good to get the belt. Let's go.
RAF 05, January 10th. Tickets on sale now or watch live at Fox Nation.
He has had a tough road to get here, has Pat Downey. That road has run through the heart of Indiana. He is excited about this, taking on a legend. But before that, we have a special introduction. Jazz, take it away.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome WWE Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist, Kurt Angle!
Kurt Angle, of course, an absolute legend in the sport of freestyle wrestling, gold medalist in '96, national champion at Clarion, and of course a legend in the WWE as well. Pleasure to meet him several times. It's great to sit next to him in the booth again. It's been a long time, brother. Have a seat. The co-main and main event tonight, a lot of question marks. Pat Downey, of course, younger, strong, physical. But he talked about the resume of Yoel Romero being so superior.
Yeah, they're both very talented athletes. There's a big generational gap, though. You know, one is in his late 40s and one's in his early 30s. So this could be very interesting tonight.
As he said, Yoel Romero was at the Olympics when I was in diapers. Will that be the difference tonight? The physical ability of Pat Downey. That is the question when you look at the accolades of these two gentlemen. Yoel Romero, gold medalist, 99 World Championship, silver in 2000. Pat Downey, gold medal at the U.S. Open. That was in 2019. Bronze medal at the Pan American Championships. Also an All-American at Iowa State. Pat Downey has had a rough road getting here. He is looking for redemption. He got a bit of it against Joaquin Buckley, 12-0, easy technical fall. He knows it will not be that easy tonight against the physical beast that is Yoel Romero, the Cuban wrestling legend.
Pat Downey, the wrestler, is just somebody that you can guarantee who's going to come put on a show. There's a reason I'm a fan favorite, because I do high amplitude, exciting throws. The reason I took this match on short notice is because that's my legacy. Anyone, anytime, anywhere. I've never said no as long as I'm healthy, so that'll never change, regardless of who it is. Yoel Romero, soldier of God. Pat Downey, I'll see you soon, boy.
Yoel Romero, if you know MMA, you know him. If you know freestyle wrestling, you know him. If you're in South Florida training in any of the myriad of amazing gyms, you know him very, very well. His accolades are almost endless. Also, if there's anyone that can compete at the age at which he is, late 40s, it is Yoel Romero. He's thrilled to do it tonight at RAF.
Many people know about my life in Cuba. Many, many, many. Yo nací en un barrio llamado Reparto Cuba Libre, más conocido como El Rancho. Yo sé lo que es vivir bien pobre. No me sorprende nada. Yo te estoy diciendo, yo sé lo que es la pobreza literal. Que vivía en un piso de tierra. Siempre fui deportista. Estaba en los centros de deporte y cuando se terminaba el centro de deporte me iba para la calle. Muchos amigos míos cayeron presos y me picó bien cerca, como digo yo. Bien, pero bien, bien cerquita. Te digo esto porque después de ese día, como al mes, yo tomé la decisión de mi vida de ser campeón.
Well, from what I know he comes from a boxing background. You know, his uncle, his dad, part of the national team. So he's the only one that didn't take on that career.
Yo llego a La Habana en el 95 y ya en enero me pasan, fíjate, solamente fueron 4 meses casi. Ya en enero me pasan para la Selección Nacional de Mayores. Porque en esos 4 meses en la Selección Nacional Junior acabé con todos. Gente que habían ido a campeonatos mundiales junior.
Well, if you just look at him, you know, you can tell he's a genetic freak, you know, from just the way he looked. To wrestle, you know, it takes a lot of energy, and you know, when you're going 5 rounds, it's not the same as going, 2-3 minutes. So people saw more of like Joel, stand up and takedowns and stand up. Never really got to enjoy and see his wrestling at the level that he's actually wrestled his whole career.
Por eso no tengo vergüenza de quién soy ni de quién fui. No tengo vergüenza. Primeramente porque Cristo. Por eso yo me denomino como soldado de Dios. No importa la edad. No importa la edad del chico que venga enfrente a mí. Pero bueno, una cosa es hablar y una cosa son los hechos. Entonces, prefiero mejor los hechos y dejar las palabras para el día de los hechos. Una victoria mía es dándole gratitud por lo que la lucha hizo en mi vida. Pues entonces, it's not personal, but see you soon, boy.
Both of these athletes came up the hard way, both extremely physically gifted. What's the difference between them? Let's go to Kurt's angle and find out.
All right, here we are, Kurt's angle. All right, these guys, throws. They're both incredible at throws. Yoel's defense is key. He has great defense. Match pacing. Downey has a higher pace. Romero's going to have to match that pace if he wants to win tonight.
And Jazz, let's get our co-main event out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for your co-main event of the night? Takes place in the RAF Interim Light Heavyweight World Championship. Let's bring out your wrestlers. Please welcome Yoel Romero.
Jail, a few years back, I was talking to Mike Brown. You know him well, coach at American Top Team. Yoel Romero came up somehow, I don't remember how. He turned to me and went, freak. That's all he said, freak. He does things, and he was, you know, early 40s at the time. He does things 20-year-olds can't do.
If you're gonna beat him, how are you gonna score? That's the big question. I think this is a takedown contest, and I think one takedown is probably gonna separate this. Yoel will be good for a push out here or there over the duration of the match, though. This guy, even back in his days as an Olympian, he's looking for one score and to run out the clock.
You know,
and now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome his opponent. Here is Pat Downey.
The two men who derailed Yoel Romero's Olympic dreams, Adam Saitiev and Cael Sanderson, i.e. two of the best to ever step on a mat.
You're right.
Pat Downey wants to add his name to that list.
But I want to remind you that Romero beat Cael Sanderson 2 times. Yes, he did.
2 wins over the 4-time undefeated NCAA champion and Olympic gold medalist. Pat Downey, no lack of confidence for this young man. Let's put it that way.
Oh, and he likes trouble, by the way. Don't think he's looking for an easy way out, because he's not. Hey, Kurt, I got to tell you, the baddest dude I've ever had to personally deal with is a guy named Les Gutchess. Les Gutchess and Yoel had a match. It ended in parterre with Yoel on top when the bell comes in. Yoel played the drums on Les Gutchess's back in 1999, and I'll never forget it.
And Les Gutchess was no punk, I'm telling you right now. Jazz, let's get this interim title going.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event of the night. 3 periods for the RAF Interim Light Heavyweight World Championship. Introducing on my right, he weighed in officially at 204.6 pounds, a Pan American gold medalist, a 6-time world medalist, an Olympic silver medalist, and UFC title challenger from Cuba. Introducing Yoel Romero. His opponent across the mat, weighing in at 203.8, a 2-time Maryland State champion, an NCAA All-American, a U.S. Open gold medalist and Bellator veteran from Palm Beach, Florida, presenting the Lizard King, PD3, Pat Downey. Nathan Carmichael.
And tonight's match clock brought to you by Battle Bar. As our co-main event is underway.
Look at Yoel, there's just something special here, guys. You can feel it. He's got a plan. He's got to execute it against a much younger, hungry, big Pat Downey, 215 pounds. But make no mistake, Yoel's got a plan. What about these Cubans? What about these guys that will stand there? They'll eat up the clock. They'll make you think they're tired, that you're in the match, and they're setting you up the whole time. They're setting you up for one 5-second sprint.
Yeah, yes, they are, man. These Cubans, they sit back and wait, and they wait, and they wait, and then they score, and then they sit back and wait, and they score, and then they end up winning the matches.
Looking for a push out. It's a 4-pointer.
Oh, boy.
Wow, what a way to good start for Yoel Romero.
Oh, we've got to re-see that.
Yeah, he said, Pat Downey saying it was one.
The call is
the
made.
flow was out of bounds.
I also see a controversy with it, but that call is made. He is down by 4.
You just talked about it here. That, nothing, boom, 4 points.
That's a lot of points, guys. That's a lot of points for Yoel.
Pat Downey's got to get busy. Minute left to go.
He's going to be very difficult to score on now.
Talk about Yoel versus Les Gutches. Yoel also met him 3 times with the great Cael Sanderson. Cael able to win in the Olympic semifinals. To remind you guys, Yoel got the other 2 victories.
Of course, at Olympic final, Adam Saitiev in 2000. And his brother, best to ever do it.
This is incredible. This guy's pushing almost 50 years old. He's still at the top of his game.
Yeah, Downey trying to push forward, not able to get Yoel Romero at the edge. But that's what Yoel is so good at, positive and negative. He fights in spurts. He did that in his MMA career. He would fight half a round, destroy guys sometimes, but that consistency for the full 5 minutes of a period has always been the problem. But great 4-point start in the first period.
Well, it really threw Pat off more than anything. You know, Pat was not expecting to have to come back from this kind of a deficit. Your mind can play tricks on you. You must do it 1 point at a time, 1 takedown at a time. Yes. But all athletes, you get down by 4, then you think, well, let me just go get a 4-pointer.
Let's take a look. You tell me if there's controversy here, Chael.
Well, right there is the call where I thought that it would be an out-of-bounds opponent. Now, even with the feet flying all through the air, I'm not certain I saw exposure. I don't say the ref got this wrong. This is a tough position. I'm just not knowing that I'm seeing exposure.
I don't see exposure either.
It's got to be over 90 degrees.
That might not have been the right choice.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's got to break the plane of 90 degrees. I don't know if we saw that. But also, you know, Kurt, you can speak to this. You can't get caught up in, man, that was 4 that I shouldn't have given up. Or,
you got to stay focused.
You agree with it or not?
Score 1 point at a time, just what Chael said. Scoring 1 point at a time, keep going, keep attacking, keep scoring points, and eventually you'll catch up.
Do you think it was controversial? Hashtag RAF04. Join the conversation online in what has been an amazing night of matches. Tonight's match clock brought to you by Battle Bar, as Yoel Romero getting another push out.
This kid looks really good.
By kid, you mean the 48-year-old. I'm just curious we're talking about the same person.
He looks like a kid.
A guy that is my age. I threw my back out like, you know, reaching for the soap in the shower this morning, and this guy's out here wrestling with young kids and looking fantastic.
Well, there's also a very fun question of where do we go from here? Like, what is this match about? I think it's to find someone for Bo Nickel. I think, and by the way, Yoel versus Bo is very intriguing. I'm getting way ahead of us. We're only halfway through here, but that's exciting.
That is exciting.
Look at the positional ability of Yoel Romero with that underhook, not having to expend a lot of energy.
Oh my
God. 2 points.
Now again, that was a feat. If he believes there was an exposure, my understanding is that would have to be 4. I don't know that you can have
back is 4.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. It had to be 4.
Which would put us in tech fall territory. We're still kind of there at 7-0. But you talked about it. Kurt, you know, throws. His ability to just beast you and put you on your back.
They both are incredible at throws. So is Pat Downey. But Pat just hasn't had the opportunity yet.
Underhook again from Yoel Romero. Body lock. Inside trip.
From there, Pat's able to whizzer down. Yoel's going to get 1. I cannot believe he's still scoring. Wow.
8-0. 2 away from the tech fall finish.
This is the most aggressive Yoel Romero has ever been in a wrestling match.
Wow.
He does tournaments where he does not put up this many points.
He wins them all. He wins
tournaments that he wins.
1-0, 1-0. Yeah.
So true if you saw his run. At the elite level.
Just like the Florida match, you're going to have to take a shot here, buddy. 10 seconds left.
Pat Downey won't back down, guys, but he really does. There's a psychological thing that happens when you're down by 8. And you think, okay, I need 3, and then I need a front headlock sequence where I can grab a quick 6. Now you got to get the push out 1 at a time. Wear on him. Reset. Easy to say, hard to do.
Not only that, but you have to worry about getting 10 pointers.
Well, our opinions matter, but also what about Funky Ben Askren up in the booth? How you doing, my man? What do you think of that first period? Do you agree with the call of 4? Is it controversial to you?
I saw it from up here. It went to 87 degrees, definitely past 90. Yoel Romero, damn, this guy can wrestle. I mean, I knew he could wrestle 20 years ago, but I didn't know he still had this in him. Guys, this guy is freaking amazing. What he is doing to Pat Downey right now is impressive. And if he can keep it up for this last 2 minutes, he is 100% getting a title shot against Bo Nickel in Miami, and he might as well be the favorite.
That's certainly a possibility, Ben. Thank you so much. Incredible stuff. Pat Downey needs to get back in this in a big way, facing a huge deficit. So pardon us, that was 87 degrees, Chael. Did you not know Funky Ben Askren?
Well, he confused me. It's got to be past 90. He said it was 87, but it should have scored. I know Ben was making a joke. I'm just saying that he, oh my God,
double leg 4, and that's it.
Jeez.
That is a technical fall 12.
Impressive win.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
I talk for a living, and I am stunned into silence by that performance, Kurt.
It amazes me this guy's almost 50 years old. He did what he did tonight.
And of course, to show us all how athletic he still is, running through Pat Downey. Man, what an incredible, look at this physicality, Kurt.
Tell you what, when he wants to be aggressive, he can be aggressive.
The fountain of youth somehow runs through South Florida because this guy has found it.
Yes, it does.
Man, Jazz, we now have an interim champion. Make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the match is over. 1 minute 49 seconds of period number 3. Your final score, 10-0. Your winner by technical fall and new RAF interim light heavyweight world champion, Yoel Romero.
Nick Hogan with the title in his hands, ready to put it around the waist of Yoel Romero. And it was 12-0, by the way. Those 2 points matter. That is absolute domination.
Domination.
For Yoel Romero.
Exactly right.
Freak is all you can say. That's exactly what Mike Brown
Freak
told me.
of nature.
Nothing is different now. Freak of nature here. Age, it's nothing but a number if you're Yoel Romero, because that was incredible. Chael Sonnen is with the ageless Yoel Romero.
All right, Yoel, you have beaten Les Cutchess. You have beaten Cael Sanderson. You have beaten Pat Downey. Can you beat Bo Nickel?
Hey, Bob, see you soon, boy. See you in Miami. Remember, Miami is my house. Prepare, have a good condition, good training, because I am waiting for you in Miami. See you soon, boy.
That's only 3 weeks away. That'll be here on Fox Nation. Now, Yoel, I got to tell you, Kurt Angle and I, we remember your career. We watched you representing Cuba at the World Championships and the Olympic Games. We have seen you go through tournaments where you have not scored 12 points. What got into you tonight?
First of all, I want to make everything good for this company. Have a good talent, right? Have the beautiful talent. That's what I need to do. I need to do best and the best spectacular tonight. I want to say enjoy tonight for everything for myself. What I do tonight, enjoy.
Yoel, I've had the pleasure of following you since you were 19. I think tonight might be your single best performance. We will see you in Miami. Ladies and gentlemen, Yoel, the champion, Romero.
The crowd is on its feet in Indiana. I can't imagine what they're going to do in Miami. In his backyard, should he take on Bo Nickel?
Oh, yeah, you know what? I pick him as a favorite. Right now, I got to say it. What I saw tonight is just unbelievable. And I think that he's going to carry that on. And I think this guy might be unbeatable.
If you told me that last week, that he would be the man against Bo Nickel, that he would be the guy who would be the favorite, I would have skeptical. I would have been surprised. Tonight,
I would have too.
It looks fantastic. It looks like the safe bet right now.
Yes, he does.
Oh, and we have more to come. The main event, the heavyweights, Mason Parris versus Wyatt Hendrikson. Both guys, by the way, Dan Hodge Trophy winners, the Heisman of college wrestling. But it's Mason Parris with the international experience bronze medalist at the 2023 World Championships. Also, the upset, one of the greatest of all time against Gable Steveson for Wyatt Hendrikson in the NCAA Championships, representing Oklahoma State. This is one of those that we were all wondering what would happen. These two guys get on the mat together, a combined 25-1. They have outscored their opponents in real American freestyle.
An exclusive trading cards pack. One of a kind. New RAF Unlimited Heavyweight World Champion.
I'm the champ. No one's gonna be able to touch me. The belt's mine. It's gonna stay with me.
You've taken about almost everyone in the world, with one exception, Mason Parris.
If you want it, come and get it, baby.
I called out Wyatt because I knew he was the heavyweight in the top spot.
You were the #1 guy in the country. You took the year out. He is now ranked #1.
After the 2024 Olympics, I wanted to try out professional football in the NFL.
If I'm thinking in the back of my mind a plan B, that means I'm not very confident in my plan A. And Mason was probably like, I don't know if wrestling's gonna work out. I guess maybe I should just try football.
Yeah, I'll give Wyatt his flowers for the NCAA tournament this year. You know, winning tonight against a guy that was 50 pounds lighter than him.
He got the belt after one match, wrestling a guy that wasn't even a full heavyweight.
Dude, you left wrestling because you knew you couldn't beat me.
You know, I think it's got to be earned a little bit more than that.
Mason, I know you've stepped off the stage, but do you care to respond? That's not what we're doing.
What makes him think he can come challenge me for the belt? He won one match and he hasn't wrestled in, I don't know, over a year.
Luckily for me, I'm going to be the fan favorite. I'm in my home state of Indiana. I have a lot of people telling me that, you know, they're coming to watch me wrestle.
It's like, dude, I'm about to embarrass you in front of all your best friends.
We have the same goals, and that's just how it goes sometimes. I'm not here to be friends. I'm here to wrestle. I'm here to compete. We're going to have to collide eventually.
You should not be competing for an RAF belt. This isn't a battle, it's a war.
Your winner by techfall.
I want to take the #1 spot in the United States and capture an RAF title.
Go big or go home. He's gonna try to go big, but he's mostly gonna end up going home without the belt.
To break this one down, if only we had somebody who knew about promos and heavyweight wrestling. Oh yeah, we do. It's Kurt's Angle. Let us know what you think of this one, champ.
All right, here we go, guys. Mason's attack, he has incredible leg attacks. Wyatt counterattacks. Wyatt likes his opponents to attack him, and then he counterattacks. That's how he scores his points. Who can get a turn? Whoever gets more turns tonight is most likely going to be the winner.
Every time they have taken one another on, and it's been 3 times, all of them won by Mason Parris. They have scored in double digits. These are active heavyweights. Jazz, bring them out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event of the night for the RAF Heavyweight World Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your challenger, Mason Parris.
He is the hometown favorite. You hear the pop here, Kurt. This is the guy who's going to get the crowd behind him, and you know what that means.
That means he has the momentum. Yes. Yeah, he has the advantage right now.
Also, 3-0 against his opponent. And it's this idea, Chael, we talked about it before the match. We were eating our food. Sometimes you just can't get over that hump of that one guy, that rival that you can't overcome. Mason Parris might think he's that guy for Wyatt Hendrikson.
We have the Olympics. What some people don't understand is we have the same process each year. We just call it the World Championships. Every 4th year we call it the Olympics. And I bring that up because this is our defending Olympian. However, he took a season off. And Wyatt is our defending world team member, which means they both have a claim to #1. That doesn't work. There can only be one #1, and that is
what's on the line tonight.
There can only be one champion. Jazz, bring him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the real American Freestyle heavyweight champion of the world, Wyatt Hendrikson.
Wrestling has a proud tradition of upsets. Everybody remembers Larry Owens over Dan Gable, Steve Marionetti over Lincoln McElravy in '95, Matt Ramos getting the fall over Spencer Lee. What do they all have in common? They never ascended to the heights of the person they beat. Wyatt Hendrickson beat Gable Steveson. Great, wonderful. He wants his own gold medal. He wants his own world titles. Kurt, he wants his own flowers.
He wants it all, man. And you know what? Him beating Gable Steveson was the biggest upset in NCAA history. And to see that happen, you never know what's going to happen tonight. But I like Wyatt Hendrickson. I think he has the ability to win this match tonight.
Our main event is ready to go. Jazz, make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. This is the most prolific wrestling mat in the world tonight. We are live on Fox Nation. This is your main event of the night. Ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down. Somebody make some noise! 3 periods for the RAF Heavyweight World Championship. Introducing your challenger. He weighed in at 260.2 pounds. He is a Hodge Trophy winner, a Big Ten champion, a 2-time Pan American gold medalist, an NCAA national champion, and a 2024 Paris Olympian from Lawrenceburg, Indiana. Introducing Mason Parris. His opponent across the mat, weighing in at an even and ready 263 pounds, also a Hodge Trophy winner, an NCAA national champion. He is the reigning, defending, undisputed, real American Freestyle heavyweight champion of the world, Captain America, Wyatt Hendrikson. Your referee is Nathan Carmichael.
That is the belt that is on the line. We are in an era of what I call and heavyweights. They're big and explosive and technical and flexible.
And incredible athletes for their size, yes.
Unreal. They can do it all. And these are two guys who definitely do it all. And on the single leg, and they can scramble like lightweights, Joe.
Hey, if we're going to start this party, let's go, right, Captain America?
Oh! 2-point take. Great job avoiding the exposure from Parris like a cat.
Yeah, and he could have. That referee could have called that. Now, here's the big problem. The big problem in their last match where Wyatt was able to make it so tight was this very gut wrench, and right now he's dry. Big deal by Mason. That's a confidence booster if you're Team Parris.
Explosive start. You talk about the time off for Mason Parris. There's no time to get the rust off right now because Hendrickson's starting off very fast.
Well, he had that tryout with the LA Chargers, and then he came back.
Look at this. Beautiful.
Oh.
Kelly to the back for 2.
A carry from his knees, Kurt Angle. A heavyweight just did that.
Almost getting the turn.
I almost don't believe I saw that.
Come on, even Bruce Baumgartner would look at it and go, wow.
That's incredible. Can't believe he did that.
Oh, wow, from your knees, huh? Never seen that at heavyweight.
Kids, Google who that is. Bruce Baumgartner, greatest heavyweight in history, going for the single leg.
That's one. Boy, these guys are fighting.
Hey,
we got 5 points up in less than 2 minutes in a heavyweight title fight.
All action right now.
Looks like a couple of lightweights.
They have that kind of speed, Kurt. It's amazing.
Yeah.
These are not 220-pounders. These are big heavyweights. Mason Parris confident as Wyatt Hendrickson's number. But Hendrickson's certainly not coming out here intimidated. He was disappointed with his performance at Worlds. He says, I was a little too caught up in the upset I just had over Gable Steveson. I didn't think I put it on. Chael, you talk about that bounce back. Sometimes it's tough.
It's very hard coming back after the World Championships when you have a medal performance, when you do well. Now, bouncing back when you had a little bit of a down, it's different. I think that's one of the reasons that Wyatt's wrestling so well. Wow, good scramble by Wyatt to kick out of that. If Mason could have kept his grippers on that shoe, could have changed that, but I just love that we're getting these leg attacks, particularly low-level attacks from heavyweights.
And their matchup at Cliff Keen when Hendrickson was at Air Force, it was a few years ago, I want to say 2022, and watch that match. There were near falls, it was scrambles, it was everything you see in the lightweight.
They were exciting matches, right?
Very exciting. Ben Askren, I know you're loving what you're seeing. How do you like this start from both of these guys?
I love it. You guys called it exactly. These guys are big, they're athletic, and they are aggressive. Both of them are going at it. They're not holding back, they're not timid, they're not scared, and that's what makes a great wrestling match. So I can't wait to see 2 more good periods from these guys.
Well, this idea that Hendrickson being hyper-aggressive from the beginning, mentally showing he's not afraid the guy was beating him 3 times. Ben, is that important to you?
I think that's huge, going to get that first takedown. But you guys nailed it. Mason defended that gut, which is really, really important also to show he can defend there.
And we're getting ready for period 2. Thank you so much, Funky. Great opinion here. Everybody's enjoying this one.
Nice job,
Fans at home, thank you so much for joining us. Real American Freestyle 4. The big boys going after it again. And that reactive ability of Mason Parris, unbelievable.
Go for it!
Over-under body lock.
Oh, don't tell me these guys can also...
4 points! Right to his back!
Hey! That's a counter which would give an opportunity to make it 2, but the referee did call it 4. They were forcing a body lock there. That was a bad choice by Mason, but I don't blame him for taking it. You gotta have risks.
Quick single leg again, right around for the takedown.
Oh, and 2 more!
That might be it! 1 more point, and we got a tech fall.
This is one of Wyatt's best positions.
He's got it!
Oh my gosh.
And not just a win.
I was not expecting that.
Not just a defense, redemption. His first win over Mason Parris. Wyatt Hendrickson just got a big monkey off his back with that.
It was domination. It was a domination. I can't believe it happened.
In positions where Mason Parris, usually that over-under body lock, he's the guy that's going to take you for a ride.
Yeah,
Hendrickson
of course.
went right through him.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
We know how amazing the heavyweights are. Wyatt Hendrickson just showed why he is still the heavyweight champion. Take a look at this, Kurt. Single leg driving all the way through. Look at that, straight to the back exposure.
Wow, that's incredible. That's awareness, knowing where you are at all times. The way he pulled him over top, that's called awareness. You have that awareness.
Elite chain wrestling at the heavyweight division.
Yes.
Incredible stuff. Jazz, let us know who is still champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, your final score is 13-2. It comes at 1 minute and 11 seconds of period number 2 for your winner, and still the real American Freestyle Heavyweight Champion of the World, Captain America, Wyatt Hendrikson.
Incredible performance from Wyatt Hendrickson. He said he was going to be dominant, and he was.
Wyatt just beat a world bronze medalist. I mean, this is incredible.
In dominant fashion.
That is yours, champ. Now, that match is what dreams are made of. That was not supposed to happen. A technical fall. You must be very proud and pleased with that performance.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I want to go out there and I want to show the world how much God has blessed me in the great sport of wrestling. I'm so grateful for my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. He's the true reason I'm here tonight, healthy, feeling ready to go every time.
Wyatt, frankly,
honestly, Mason didn't wrestle too bad tonight. It kind of fell apart when he went for a body lock situation. You're able to find that gut wrench, but you started fast. You got to the legs early. Was that your plan? Was your plan to put up a lot of points?
I just want to wrestle the way I want to every single day. It's all about sticking to the basics because Mason Parris is a great opponent, and I knew I couldn't leave any openings for him. We saw what happens when he tries to score. I made a quick adjustment, finished the match strong.
Wyatt, you are the heavyweight champion. You are arguably the face of RAF. Who and when can we expect something next for you?
Well, first I want to say special thanks to the world-class athlete program. They're the ones that allow me to compete in RAF. Very grateful for them, my whole command staff. But I was watching some highlights this morning of a fight that happened yesterday on Netflix. I'll tell you what, that Jake Paul guy looked like he was shooting more double legs than he was doing boxing, so I want to see that man here. Hey, and if not him, I mean, he loves going for heavyweights, but his brother, Logan, if he wants it, I'm right here, always, anytime, anywhere, I will be there! Let's go!
I love that idea, and so does Indianapolis. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the champ, Captain America, Wyatt Hendrikson.
To both the Paul brothers, if you're listening, don't do it. Do not do that. Please.
This guy's on a roll. I would not do it. Yes.
Literally and figuratively on a roll. Great turns, great aggression, great chain wrestling, put it all together so amazingly well.
Almost the perfect match.
You know what job I don't want tonight? I don't want to pick match of the night. I do not want to do it because they were so great. All of them tonight. Unbelievable comebacks, unbelievable upsets, unbelievable performances. Also, the idea that so many of these guys at the press conference called their shot. Jimmy Smith alongside Kurt Angle, of course, Chael Sonnen. When you look at it, it was this idea of kind of the new breed coming out, showing what everybody's got. And when you look at the match of the night, Zahid Valencia, Parker Keckeisen, Chael, that's what it was.
I am high. I love this. I feel young again. Thank you, Yoel Romero. Thank you, Parker Keckeisen. Show us that you can beat a young world champion. Show us that yesterday's tournament doesn't apply to today's dreams. This was inspiring, I got to tell you. And then Wyatt Hendrikson, what a way to cap off an evening.
This idea that doesn't matter what you have, how many world medals you have, what your experience is, there's always the young buck trying to take your spot. We saw that tonight, Kurt.
Yep, you're right. This might have been the best RAF yet.
Absolutely incredible.
I need to apologize to Nordy. I didn't know we were staying on that one film there. I should have given Keckeisen a little more praise. That was the match of the night.
It was absolutely incredible. He brought that Iowa-style physical, but also the funk of Ben Askren. He's been training with Ben. We saw that with his defense, his ability to scramble and move. Absolutely incredible. All our winners tonight deserve their flowers, deserve the praise of the fans. Jazz, go ahead and you bring them out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got our founding partners, Eric Bischoff, we got Chad Bronstein, we've got Nick Hogan, we've got Izzy as well, and we're gonna bring out the victorious to the mat. Please welcome Jason Nolf, Trent Hidlay, Parker Keckeisen, our new middleweight champion, Dean Hamiti.
How old is
Muhammad Khabib Kazi Magomedov.
25 tops.
Our reigning middleweight champion, Kennedy Blades.
There she is.
King David Carr. Our new interim light heavyweight world champion, Yoel Romero. And the real American Freestyle heavyweight champion of the world, Captain America, Wyatt Hendrikson. gentlemen, make some noise for the victors on the RAF mat tonight.
Gentlemen, in a sport where the young generally eat the old, that is mostly what happens tonight. And then Yoel Romero flipped the script on everybody. Kurt, is that the story of the night to you?
That's the story of the night. Yoel Romero, I believe he's MVP of the night.
Cheryl, that would be all the wrestlers and their dad, coach in the front? No, that's Yoel Romero,
well, and
the
look
victor.
Look at how they're treating him. Look how the fellow wrestlers treat him. I mean, we all know who the alpha is. It's one of these things. Yes, I'm with Kurt. That was the performance of the night. Yoel Romero was not supposed to steal the show, but he sets up the next one. He claims he's coming to Miami. He claims he's willing to take on Bo Nickel.
The idea that Bo Nickel, right now, looking at this going, man, I got to get to the gym tomorrow. What am I doing? I should be running right now to get ready for a 48-year-old man.
You better start training now.
Oh, start training now.
Yeah.
Kurt, been a pleasure sitting next to you. Chael, as always, you're a gangster from start to finish. Appreciate both of you. We will see you in Miami, RAF 5, taking over South Florida, January 10th. Backyard of Yoel Romero, 2 world title fights and a main event that will have MMA fans lining up. Former UFC middleweight champion Luke Rockhold steps onto the RAF mat to face former UFC interim welterweight champ Colby Covington. Get your tickets now for RAF 5, and for a limited time, fans can get a 20% discount off tickets using the promo code HOLIDAY. Scan the QR code or head over to realamericanfreestyle.com and use the HOLIDAY code to save. It's been great here tonight. We appreciate all the athletes, all the fans. You have been real American fans. This has been Real American Freestyle. See you in Miami.
No satisfaction without the fight. A man has limits, or so they say. I'll never listen, do it my way. I'm gonna take what's mine, I paid my dues. I dare you to walk a mile in these shoes. The beat in my soul just keeps getting louder. Give me some of that.